What's up, everyone? It's the Interview Queen Alicia Toot here, and be sure to watch True Heel Heat.
Welcome to True Heel Heat, the place where we use insider terms because we think we know what the fuck we're talking about, even though we don't. My name's Maxwell Jacob Friedman, and I'm better than you, and you know it.
Hey everybody, it's Tony Schiavone of All Elite Wrestling, and this is True Heel Heat, and I said it right, you motherfuckers.
I can't hear you, I don't think.
I cannot hear you. I can't hear you. Can you speak up?
Hello?
As you can see, I'm on my phone here because my freaking computer is not working at the moment, but I can't hear Jimmy, so I think there's a problem here. So let me figure this out first.
Well,
Can I hear you now? Can you hear me now?
I can.
You couldn't hear me before, could you?
I could not, no.
See, that was a problem.
I could guess what you were saying.
I'm having issues with my laptop at the moment. Jimmy, will you help out the people for a moment while I fix it, and then you could talk to them. Give them your intro. Why don't you?
Sure. My intro starts like this. Trey Jones, where are you? I don't know if it was you exactly. So if it wasn't you, I apologize. However, I know that quite a few of you, I'll say two, that's quite a few as far as I'm concerned, decided that it's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. I'm not going to be rude. I'm keeping it together. Quite a few of you, 2, 3, it's enough. And SP3, he says he didn't, but I remember differently. It's the only person I talk wrestling with. Decided that Mercedes Moné, Sasha Banks, and Rhea Ripley were the two biggest draws in female wrestling. And somehow Becky Lynch was a relic of a bygone fucking era, when in fact her match against Nia Jax this Monday added an extra 200,000 viewers. That's a whole... I'll be nice. Let's say that's a whole bundle of fucking people. So I would like to hear what your fucking excuses. I'm sick of the disrespect. I'm not here for it, and I would like an apology. In real time. Whenever you're ready, feel free. Oh, now look at Annika and Nikki. Oh, it wasn't me. Not I, Jimmy, said the cat. Fair enough. We'll wait till Trey Jones gets here, and I'll take my apology then. I assume you all loved Dynamite. I must say, I really liked it. But can we stop just a little bit? There he is, Trey Jones. Where's my fucking apology? If it wasn't you, I apologize. But I want it. Pause. And I want it now. No, sir. Yeah, big man dogs, absolutely. I love being proved right. Just let me know I'm right, and all is right with the world. That's all. About your heinous opinion about Mercedes being a bigger draw than Becky Lynch. SUV said he didn't say it. I don't know about all that. I know you said it with your whole chest. That I do remember. He might have said he's not sure. You said, oh, definitely. Sasha definitely got a bigger draw than Becky Lynch. You outside of your fucking skull?
Oh, you didn't say that before. Yeah, I think that Sasha's a bigger draw than Becky Lynch.
Holy shit. This is... I've never seen people say something with their chest with no evidence of any kind. They just say it because they want it to be right. Thank you, Armand. Absolutely. I'm aware.
Okay. I'll say she's as big of a draw.
She isn't.
Yeah.
There's no evidence to even kind of prove that. She had a match with Nia Jax, the beloved wrestler that you all like, and ratings went up to 200,000 fucking people. Stop playing with Becky Lynch like just because you don't like her. It is what it is. She's so much bigger than everybody else on that fucking show with a vagina. No disrespect. If I go Raw, she's so much bigger than everybody with a dick too. It is what it is. I'm sorry. If you're not named Roman Reigns or The Rock at this point, what do you want? It's over. She was the biggest star on the planet 5 years ago, and she's not fucking that anymore. She's still bigger than the rest of these bums. Would you stop? Jesus. I love Sasha. My favorite female wrestler ever. But facts are the facts. That's how that works. Sorry.
Well, welcome everyone. If you didn't hear my intro before to AEWramble,
My casuals watch wrestling at Kingdom at 2 a.m. Was it 200 fucking thousand people, sir? If not, shut the fuck up.
The words and opinions of Jimmy Macram do not necessarily reflect those of True Heel Heat, its viewers, or affiliates.
Sorry, never mind. I mean,
we're starting. I like clicked on the YouTube to keep track of what was going on as I fixed everything on my end, and I heard you go off on this rant, and I knew where it was going, but I did not know it would have this type of anger and vitriol to it. Becky Lynch, yes, after the evidence that has been shown with her run in NXT and her influence on the ratings on Raw and still being a big merchandise mover, I would say that, yeah, there's a very strong argument that she's the number one female star as far as drawing power in wrestling today.
That's not saying I would take if I was drafting people. I'd take over Rhea Ripley. I fucking wouldn't. Or Mercedes. I wouldn't. It just is with numbers. That's all. That's all I'm saying.
All I'm saying is that Rhea and Mercedes would be 2 and 3.
Sure. I guess. I mean, yeah. That sounds correct.
we made it to a mutual understanding at least. We start off things with a super chat donation. Thank you so much, Alexander Fitzgerald. We appreciate the support as always, and that's where we drop these hits on you.
Thank you. Fuck you. Bye.
I'll listen, Dave.
Alexander says this was easily the Dynamite of the year so far, best Dynamite of the year. Flowed great from start to finish, and we got left with a cliffhanger of Danielson and Osprey. Me and Jimmy have been talking more during live Dynamite, but we waited. I think we didn't talk until after the show ended, and I was raving about it. But I know that I heard you talking about how you like Dynamite, but you don't want people to go out of hand with praising it.
Yeah, my people, I mean you, losing their fucking minds about Dynamite. It was a really good show.
How am I losing my mind by praising a show that I enjoyed?
Great Dynamite. He's so happy to be happy. I'm not mad at it. But
it feels like 2021 again. I don't want to lose the feeling.
That is what I'm talking about.
I don't want to lose the feeling.
He messaged me halfway through the show talking about, Dynamite on fire 3 weeks in a row. And I wasn't sure what the fuck he was talking about. So I was like, he's not talking about the last 3 weeks because he's giving those shows sevens. I'm not entirely sure what the fuck he's babbling about. Then he goes, I go, what do you mean? And he goes, we got this week and the fucking big match next week and the big match the week after. This is how starved wrestling fans are. Let me explain something to you. Where they have big matches 3 weeks in a row and they swear somebody's fucking cooking. Sorry, I have news for you. That's how it's supposed to fucking work. There's supposed to be a big match every week. It's called a main event. That's how that works. But he's been so shit on for years, he thinks, they blessed me. Like a husband not going upside their wife's head for a week. Oh my God, is life really like this? Yes, he's not supposed to go upside your head, lady. Jesus. Oh.
I'm just saying, it feels like 2020. You remember? I don't know. I see you don't. You're gonna be like, you're giving that too much credit. But the 2021 when they went back on the road, where we had, I think it was the Road Rager was the first week, where I think it was Young Bucks versus Kingston and Penta in the main event. That was the episode that had Malachi Black's debut. There was just like a different energy to the crowd. They also were still building to Jericho and MJF when that was actually good. And then then the following week, they gave us the first tease of Hangman and Omega that we were going to get that match for the World Heavyweight Championship. And then they did, I think it was Lance Archer versus John Moxley in a Texas death match, I think the following week. So they had big weeks, and then the energy of the crowd was there. They had the old colors to it. It was more vibrant colors than what we've seen the past couple of years. And that's what this new look, new set gave me. And then the energy of a lot of the segments and angles, it gave us exciting, like visions of exciting matches to come and new rivalries. So I enjoyed it. It felt like 2021 again. I'm sorry, Jim.
It felt like 2020. No, you have to apologize. It was a really good show. The only question I would have is why is that indicative of a bygone era instead of just a really good show? That's all. Why are we canceling out 8 weeks for a really good show? That's all. That's my only question.
It wasn't 8 weeks of
How for you? I was being nice with that. For me, it was less than that. Ooh.
You enjoyed a lot of these episodes.
You gave the last episode. I wrote it down because I really wasn't sure what the fuck you were talking about. You gave where is it here? The last show is 7.5, and one before that a fucking 7. And I know I gave it less than that. So, to be nice, sorry. It's a good show. I am appreciating it, Ross. It was a good show. That's all. But that's all until I see evidence otherwise. That's all. Did you niggas think Jeremy Lin was going to be better than Michael Jordan? Because you saw a couple weeks of fucking amazingness.
Now this.
Reminds me of the good old days of Michael Jordan. Right. Can you just wait for a half second to see what happens? That's all. That's all I ask. Just wait and see.
No, Mike Martin. What I said was, he said last SVD said Seth Rollins has the best promo. Never said that. I said he was delivering some of the best promo work of his career, and he's all that now. And this week, Diarrhea Dwayne, really? Oh no, I am. You go back, Mike Martin, and watch Rated Raw review. I roasted the hell out of Seth Rollins, where I literally watched that promo and I was like, he's not ready. He's not ready. After Rock gave us 60 minutes of superb promo work between social media and Fox, and then your response is Diarrhea Dwayne, and then you had these stupid Seth Rollins fans who think the reasoning for him saying that, oh, he's being bad on purpose. Oh, he's trying to say The Rock is full of shit. Oh, he's doing this. He's 3D the chess. It's 3D, 4D chess. Oh, it's like, yo, shut up. He's not ready.
Frantic worlds of the WWE.
I'm an attorney. I've been playing as attorney for months here on YouTube. And I'm saying my client's not ready. I'm scared for Friday. I'm telling my client, don't go on the flight to Dallas. Don't do it. No.
I must say,
if that's what you're going to bring to the table, that's not it. And I even went on social media and I was like, this is now 2 segments in a row. Seth Rollins and Cody Rhodes by themselves without the bloodline. You could have gave me an email instead of 20 minutes of promo work.
Well, agreed. It's because there's no tension between Cody and Seth, quite frankly. So just 2 guys and they're on the same page. It's really weird. Like, I don't need to see all this. Meanwhile, The Rock and Roman, fuck it. I know people loved what The Rock was doing, but to me, Roman was killing it. He has some of the greatest facial reactions maybe ever. I've never seen somebody look more annoyed ever. What I want to say. That Rock promo from this week, the one on social media was better, obviously. But the one on SmackDown I thought was fantastic. And was what I was looking for from Rock the week before, where it was essentially a significant response to Cody and a response to Triple H, who did not mention his name. So Rock didn't mention yours, but we all know who he was talking about. And it was fucking fantastic. Yeah, there's nothing they can do about it. Oh, I was so hyped. That was so good.
Oh, it was great.
And it makes me more hype is that it cannot lead to a match. Yeah, I wish your heart didn't blow up, Triple H. I'm just saying, I'm really happy it's not leading to a match. That's all.
Yes, because Triple H booking his own match, I don't want to see that. I'm good on that. Jacob saying Nia Jax is on fire right now, so as long as she doesn't hospitalize anyone, I'm cool with her.
Love Nia Jax. I can't believe I'm saying this. I would have said fire her fucking a few months ago if I heard she was rehired. But now I'm saying she should be on WrestleMania somehow. I'm not sure how she should be on it.
I agree. Maybe they can do something with her and Liv coming out of this whole. I feel I am of the argument that I feel like they are kind of negating the Becky and Rhea build. It's helping Liv and Nia, but I don't think it's helping the Becky Rhea rivalry. Her dealing with us. I understand we got 40 days, but I also understand that they booked Becky and Liv knowing that we all assume that there's going to be no finish to that and Nia's going to interfere just to lead to a triple threat the week following. So we got 2 more weeks before Rhea and Becky actually starts.
Listen, you don't have to sell Rock and Austin. You can add Deborah, you can add Kurt Angle, you can add whoever you want. It's Rock and Austin at the end of the day.
That's true. Hey, we'll see. We'll see if it all pans out. We'll see if it all pans out because I don't think their execution of the Bailey EO has been that stellar.
That's what I wanted to complain about. Because I will be complaining about fucking Will Ospreay and fucking random dude in the main event. No disrespect, sir. I'm so bothered. I'm so bothered by the fucking match. And I was so bothered. You have damage control right there. And you give me Orton and who was it? Some motherfucker in the main event. Are you fucking serious? Damage control's right fucking there. Oh, I'm so fucking mad. I was so high on that show. I was texting SP3, or maybe it was Cash. I forget. I was
No,
talking to somebody.
It was both of us.
Yeah, I was so in love with that show, and it just fell apart. So bothered. Austin Theory. You fucking serious?
Alexander saying Osprey versus Danielson is going to have the same energy as Omega versus Danielson. Seems like
No,
that.
it's not.
No? You don't think so?
Dragon's not as over as he was then. And Omega Dragon is a dream match for people as old as myself. And Osprey is significantly younger than that. Sorry.
It's 2 generations.
Yeah, it's just not. It's like it'll have Rock Roman energy. It's not gonna have Rock Hogan energy. It's a different.
Okay,
brand.
that's fair. Rock Cena.
Better analogy.
We got another super chat donation here from the Negro Buck, Nick Jackson. Thank you so much, Negro Buck. We appreciate it.
you prick!
So Negro Buck asks, who do y'all think are the current 4 pillars of WWE and AEW? Fred asked me yesterday, and I said, in my opinion, for WWE, Roman, Seth, Cody, and Rhea, and for AEW, it's Dragon, Mox, Swerve, and OC.
I really don't like using pillars as a term. I get what you mean, but
Pillars in my way of thinking is based on the old All Japan Pro Wrestling. When those guys got made pillars, it was like right at the start of their prime, meaning that they were the pillars that were building the company for the next 5 to 10 years. So I don't think. I mean, Roman is one of the faces of the company.
That's what he's asking essentially. I'm looking at this. He's talking about the 4 most important people in the company.
Oh, okay. If it's that, yeah, that's 2 different things in my opinion. 4 pillars. The reason why AEW named Darby, MJF, Jack Perry, and Sammy as the 4 pillars, they were young guys that they got at day 1 that were gonna be the building blocks for the company. Only 2 of them really panned out there, but still, they coined them that. The Reiwa 3 Musketeers is the same thing with New Japan Pro Wrestling. It was Nakamura, Shibata, and Tanahashi, who they thought were going to be the building blocks for the company for the next couple of years. 2 of that panned out as well there, too. But, like, if you're talking about 4 biggest stars, so I'll give you the 4 biggest stars and the 4 pillars. I'll do it that way. WWE, I think you're on point here. I mean, I think the order is incorrect. Seth is, like, 4th. But those are the 4 biggest stars in WWE right now. I think you have to kind of put in the 5, and 5th would be Becky, because I feel like Becky is a bigger star than Rhea right now.
She's a bigger star than Seth, too.
Yeah.
Sorry, Seth.
Becky is definitely a bigger star than Seth. Seth is 5th. That's why we're adding Becky, because I want to give Seth some love. I'm still his attorney. I'm still trying to give Seth some love, so I'll still fit him in here. The 5 biggest stars in WWE is Roman, Seth, Cody, Rhea, Becky. AEW, I would say the 5 biggest stars in the company would be MJF, Dragon, now Osprey, Swerve. I want to either say Joe. There's like so many people. It's like interchangeable, honestly, at this point for the 5th spot as far as the biggest stars. You could put in the Mox. You could throw in Mox there. You could throw. I think OC is down now because they didn't have a good follow up to his international title run. Darby is even in a better position than OC right now. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah. I like your list. I would have Mox in there. I've never seen a person more fucking protected.
Yeah.
It's so egregious. Yeah, I like that list.
And then the 4 pillars for AEW for like the next 5 years or so, I would say it's Swerve, Osprey, MJF, Darby.
Assuming Darby makes it back, right?
Yeah. Assuming Darby makes it back, if Darby does it, Jay White will win his spot via the match next week.
Yeah, I like that list too. I can't think of anybody young I would put in that group yet. It'd be shocking.
Hangman is the only one that I would.
It's over.
I would put in there. I'm sorry. I love his heel act.
I gotta apologize for
His
fucking
heel
cash
work.
out.
I apologize for not praising his heel work in that triple threat. I rewatched that triple threat for Revolution. He was the MVP of that matchup. Just him totally wailing on Bryce Rensburg was my favorite part of that match.
Triple H is a fan of Seth Rollins, right?
I assume, yeah.
Yeah, I just feel like he would be. But this Hangman is going to have the career Seth Rollins would have had. He was not a fucking fan. It's just like, it's over. Sorry, you had your run, and now we're done. Sorry, good job, beat it.
You're saying Hangman is the Seth Rollins of AEW?
That's back down the card we go to mid cardom, upper mid cardom, but mid cardom. Sorry,
I think they have a forever rivalry with him and Hangman, but I mean him and Swerve. But again, I understand if you
you hope. Good luck to you.
Forever rivalry, forever. This can go on forever. The fact that it's basically the modern era Austin and Brett story.
No, what the fuck did you just say?
The modern era story. It's the same story about the white meat babyface who is justified in being angry at the heel, and the heel becomes the most popular star in the company. That's what Brett and Austin was.
I'm all right. I'm okay. Let's move on.
He can't even explain why he's angry.
It's blasphemous. Poor Brett. Brett, if you're listening, he doesn't mean that literally. He means that as a story.
So much. I mean it so much.
He's not comparing Hangman to Bret Hart. He's not doing it, sir. It's okay.
Yes, I did.
It's your spot as a babyface. His spot as a babyface. That's all.
We got another super chat donation from the one, the only.
I'm serious. I'm not going to sit back and take this fucking shit.
Will, thank you so much for the super chat. Big one here. Thank you. He says wrestling fans are going to be wrestling fans, saying racist stuff to Bianca because she's on 2K cover. Some wrestlers came out to support her, but it would be twice as much if she was skinny, blonde, and white.
You ain't fucking lying.
You ain't lying there. Both ways. Fans are horrible. I think that's disgusting what happened to Bianca, and just to stick her out of that in the three people that are going to be on the cover, it's just so like, what year are we
in? You would think she was fucking I can't even think of a fucking wrestler who could be in that spot where this would be even kind of okay. It just isn't. Fucking Bianca's a big star. She's great. She deserves to be on the cover. I'm not entirely sure what the complaint is. You would think she was fucking Brandy Rhodes. Like, the only reason she there is because, well, she's fucking a star. What the fuck's wrong with you? Oh, well. Yes, they did feel a lot louder for her. To be fair, I haven't checked the Twitter today, so I don't know if wrestlers are stuck up for her just yet. But I remember it better be as loud as the Maxine shit. It had better be.
It definitely better be. We got Alexander, who makes a good point. He says the current top guys that will lead AEW, then it's MJF, Osprey, Swerve, and Okada. After that segment, yeah, I agree with the Okada part. I agree with the Okada part. Yes, corporate Okada.
Any list without Moxley on it is inaccurate. Sorry. And listen, I will take Okada over.
Corporate Okada. With a shit-eating grin.
That was great. He sells it.
Love it so much. We got another super chat donation from the great Will Chisholm. Thank you so much, Will. As always, we appreciate you.
You don't know shit.
Will says, I think the 4 newcomers in WWE is Tiffany Stratton, Braun Breaker, Trick Williams, and Carmelo Hayes in the next 4 years. Yeah, as far as like WWE pillars, that seems correct. That seems, yeah. Oh, well, you got to put Rhea in there, though. Rhea's only 27.
Let's say she's really young, too. Yeah, looks right. I'm curious what Jade's going to do. They keep hinting at 87 different things she could do.
But don't know which one.
Nia Jax right there, H. Do the match.
That seems like the logical match to do for Jade at this point, because I think that you would be rushing it if you did her and Bianca now.
No, please don't. Let's want to team them up. I'm here for that.
I'd be down for Bianca and Jade being a tag team. Ever since the Rumble with their dual Gorilla Press spot, I was like, okay, I'd be down for them being a tag team first, and then that leads to the singles match.
Oh, I can't remember. Gunta. All right.
I said it earlier today. I put out a tweet. I was like, I'm actually excited for both WWE and AEW. It feels like the first time in a long time, both at the same time, have me excited.
Yeah, I saw your tweet and I was like, oh, it's a fair tweet. Of course it is. And I read it a little closer and I was like, this nigga, of course.
Well, I gotta put a compliment. I gotta put an insult in there. It gotta be on brand. Yes, I'm throwing shade towards New Japan at the same time.
Yes. Oh.
Hey, I gotta be on brand. I'm a heel. I'm a heel at the end of the day. It'd be like you saying putting out that tweet without the last part. You would never put out that tweet. You would never put out that tweet, period. Let alone just the first 2 points.
That compliment either. You see, pretends to be fair and balanced.
I am.
I love AEW because of Revolution and the new signings and the show they put on last week. I love WWE because of The Rock.
Yep.
That's the fair balance.
The Rock and the man.
Fan reporting we look for here on True Heel Heat.
I only got so many characters, man.
Let's use them all on AEW, absolutely.
Only got so many characters. Well, The Rock I gotta describe The Rock. He's back. He's a heel. He's putting on great promos in the lead up to WrestleMania. Drew McIntyre is great. I would have put more.
Did you just use the best character in wrestling as a side note? Are you fucking serious?
Drew McIntyre is fantastic. He's the best character in WWE right now.
He's the best character, period. He's
best
fantastic.
character in WWE right
He's
now.
replaced Tony Storm for me. Sorry, love you, Tony. But we moved on.
This guy. I'm gonna tell Tony that. I'll let her know next time I see her. We got here. Well, Timeless Tony Storm would be one of the pillars if you want to do a female pillars.
Oh, she's one of the top 4 females. Yeah, sure. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, sure.
Oh, we got a super chat donation from Will Chisholm. Thank you so much, Will. As always, the biggest supporter that we know here on the True Hill Heat YouTube channel.
Indeed. Relative fucking.
Why are you so crazy? Take it easy. Take it easy.
Oh, Miss Andrade.
Absolutely. Will says, I saw Swerve didn't have no black dancers at the pay-per-view. Already didn't even try to play it off. LOL SMH. I'm glad Hangman messed him over at the pay-per-view. No, Jimmy noted that there was one black dancer on the far right.
On his far right. Yes, but our left. Her hair looked a little kinky. I don't know if she qualifies, but I want to give Swerve the benefit of the doubt. But I gotta be honest, I saw a picture of Swerve and Nana with them backstage. I may have been mistaken. Explain yourself, Swerve!
He's like, I keep calling you out, man.
What the fuck?
All right, final super chat that we're gonna read here before we get started with today's review. Because Will sent a bunch of these, and all of you, Nicky Boy, been supporting us today. We appreciate that. So Will Chisholm with a super chat donation where he says, Jimmy, what do you think of The Rock calling people meth heads and crackheads?
Tony Khan, this is also on you, because you can stop this.
I thought it was a really good promo. You could have cut 5 minutes from it. Rock does seem to talk himself in circles at times. Like he said the Seth Clown thing, I swear it was 100 times. Yeah. But I fucking cracked up. Fucking, what do you call him? Cactus loving cracker is one of the funniest things I've ever heard. He has a great use of the way the words sound when they go together. Like George Carlin almost. He just gets that these roll together. Rock is really good. This was really good. So if it was, I think somebody timed it at from the time his music hits to the time he's finished is 24 minutes, which is a long fucking time. If you cut 4 minutes from it, it'd be perfect. Instead, it was just really, 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 really good.
I thought it was great.
I guess that's not the word for what I said. Let's go with that.
Yeah, you just really, really, really when you could have just said great. It was a great Rock promo, great just it built on a lot of different things. It built both nights of WrestleMania. It built the WrestleMania 41 main event, possibly with either Rock versus Cody or Rock versus Roman.
Sir, it's not happening. Your master plan is not happening. Let it go.
Long gamer, yo. That's what I'm here for. I'm here for Rock making wrestling cool again.
Yeah, he will with the Rock and Roman, and that's it. We're not doing Rock and Cody. And then next year, what?
And the year after, it's even bigger. We're on Netflix everywhere, baby. It's Rock, Roman, the most watched WrestleMania of all time.
So good. Rock and Roman, Rock and Cody, Rock and Seth, Rock and Triple H. Rock was just going off, and it was great.
Rock and that other guy. When I talk about Seth,
so good.
That other guy.
And then, what a professional. He hears the chance, he stops like he used to for his own chance, lets him build, pretends like he's going to acknowledge it, and then he moves on. Rock's fucking great.
I love how he's subverting fans' expectation with the finally, your life has meaning.
I would move on from the fucking Goosebumps thing. I hate that fucking thing.
He shouldn't do it anymore now that he's a heel. Yeah, he's a heel. He's a heel. Stop doing that. That's stupid. Don't do that. But yes, we'll talk more about Rock and Roman and Cody coming up on True Hill Heat Flagship podcast later this week. But we got to talk about AEW Dynamite, which last night was from Atlanta, Georgia, the season premiere of AEW Dynamite. So, Jimmy, what did you think about the crowd last night in Georgia? What did you think about the whole new set and logo for AEW Dynamite?
Great crowd, as per usual. You would imagine they're in Georgia. And I gotta be honest, whenever I see this fucking thing in stills or photos, I hate the new look. But when I was watching it, I liked it. It's a weird dynamic.
It can get like that. And plus, the tunnels look like cock rings.
They do. Or, less perverted way, ring lights. You ever see those YouTubers?
Yeah, I used to have that. Yeah. The season premiere kicks off with Excalibur welcoming us to the show. We got a brand new theme. Maybe it's recency bias, but I think the new theme is actually better than the old one. Or maybe the old one got too old for me. Or it's just different variations of it, where it felt very refreshing to hear the new theme. And I was like, I can get used to this.
I don't remember the old theme, so I assume, and I like the new theme, so I'm gonna go with that one. I hate it.
Flash of light, boom.
Yeah, never mind. I don't like it. I'm not a fan.
But the new one, I was like, this actually is refreshing to hear something new at the beginning here.
Agreed.
And the show kicked off with who is currently the main character of AEW, Swerve Strickland, with 6 wins in his past 8 matches, but coming off a loss in the triple threat match at Revolution. Strickland came out in his ring gear and came out the face tunnel, which we should specify here. Prince Nana dancing him to the ring. Tony Schiavone introduces him and says that it was a great match at Revolution, but a disappointing finish for him. Strickland asks if it's truly Swerve's house without the keys. Strickland didn't get the job done. Samoa Joe did. 2 years ago, Strickland stood on that stage with Tony Schiavone, who handed Strickland his AEW contract. That night, Swerve promised he'd become the AEW World Champion, but here he stands, no gold around his waist, not around his shoulder. Perhaps karma for all the bad stuff he's done throughout his whole career and time here in AEW. Maybe it's payback. Swerve wonders if he's even supposed to be a champion. Instead, maybe he's supposed to be a role player who just can't quite grasp it. This leads to the crowd chanting, "You deserve it," which I was like, oh, that's perfect. That was great. That was a great touch by the crowd adding into that. Strickland takes the mic from Schiavone and he says, Revolution felt different as people truly rooted for him for the first time. For those fans, Strickland promises to not let them down and promises Samoa Joe he's coming for him and the AEW World Championship. This leads to the AEW World Champion, the King Samoa Joe, to come out to the ring. He gets in Swerve's face and he says, Swerve is making promises to the fans that he'll never keep. We're in Swerve's house, but it only exists in my world. Joe's decided to let the fans set their sights on a real world champion. He does a whole spin in the middle of the ring. Strickland says that Joe still hasn't defeated him, and he challenges Joe for the AEW World Championship right here, right now, tonight. The Undisputed Kingdom then comes out to interrupt the festivities. Adam Cole is with his whole crew, and he says that it's time for story time with Adam Cole, baby. Cole puts over that he said that they would get gold, and look what's happened. Roderick Strong has won the International Championship. Mike Bennett and Matt Taven are still the greatest Ring of Honor World Tag Team Champions of all time. And the only reason Samoa Joe is world champion is because they allowed it to happen. 6 months from now, fans won't even care about Sir Strickland. All they'll care about is the man that is the number one contender for the AEW World Championship, Wardlow. And the only thing Swerve will be doing is swerving his way out of the main event scene. The man who will win the AEW World title from Samoa Joe is Wardlow, and he'll bring it home to its rightful place, the Undisputed Kingdom. Swerve questions how many failed opportunities Adam Cole has really gotten. And he says he does find it funny, this whole Dr. Claw, Inspector Gadget role he's playing. It's hilarious to him. He says that if he's looking for a new client to manage, he has Britt Baker's second phone number in his pocket, which got the oohs and the ahs from the crowd.
We know fucking Brit's his type, certainly.
Challenge Swerve and Joe to face Bennett and Taven, but Strickland says they should do it right here, right now. Cole said that they make the rules and it will happen next week. But Tony Schiavone then interrupts and says Tony Khan has just sent him word and made it official. That match will go down right here, right now. And we get it right here, right now. This is what Jimmy's been asking for. Stuff like this. Matches being made on the fly, impromptu and not announced in advance. And we get it here with Joe and Swerve versus the Kingdom. This is a relatively, I would say, 2009 WWE Raw tag team matchup of the established team totally cannot handle the two main event stars. And Joe handled the Kingdom for a bit, but then they took the heat in a little bit. But then Swerve was finally tagged himself in after Joe denied him a few times, showing the dissension between the two men. He comes in, he takes care of Bennett and Taven, hitting the JML driver, a big pressure for the victory here. After the matchup, Wardlow comes out on the stage. Swerve starts talking trash to him, but then Samoa Joe comes from behind and chokes Swerve out, not pleased with Swerve upstaging him during the tag team matchup. He chokes him out right in front of Wardlow to send a message to his next challenger, as it was announced after the matchup that Samoa Joe will defend the AEW World Championship next week, March 13th, Boston, Massachusetts, TD Garden. Big business, Joe Wardlow, the AEW World Championship. What did you think about everything from this opening segment, the opening promo, Swerve's response from Revolution, Joe and Swerve's exchange, Undisputed Kingdom coming out, and then the tag team match here?
Swerve is a star. I'll be nice. He's a few other things too, but he's certainly a star. He gave off those big vibes. I love the dynamic him and Nana has baby faces. It works for me. Joe is also a star. All of this is fucking great. Here comes Undisputed Kingdom, and I wasn't as annoyed as I thought I was going to be. First of all, Adam Cole's here. That's a win. And then we got our match. First of all, I gotta tell you, you know how I feel about announcing things for Rampage or Collision or for next week too early in the show. So when they said a tag match next week, I almost lost my shit. But it was a swerve, so to speak, and it's happening this week. And the match was, I don't want to say fine. It was painless for everybody. Not that's Undisputed Kingdom, who finally got some momentum on Sunday, and then they get squashed by one person. Holy shit. Batista La Resistance vibes. What the fuck? Holy shit. Listen, if this is the beginning of the end for them, I'm here for it. But I don't think it is. All right, whatever. I can't believe they lost 2-on-1. Swerve goes in there and he just kills him. He just murders him. Do you feel like he had to get his seat back? He didn't get his seat back. He swerved.
Hot tag, and he just went crazy.
Washed him, and we're done. Holy shit. Whatever. Great. Let's move on. Okay.
Yeah, I will say, like you said, Swerve came off, exude star, exude main, another one, exude main character vibes. That's why I said the show kicked off with the main character coming out, and just from the reaction from the crowd, how they reacted during his promo. Like I said, I love the "you deserve it" when he was like showing the doubt and showing his doubt coming off of the loss. I love that. You see the connection between him and the fans, which it, like I said before, it actually makes Hangman's character even funnier to me right now because he's so unhinged because of the fans' response to Swerve.
It is great. So that'll be nice. We'll get to Hangman later. This is all good. I assume Joe wins next week against Wardlow, I would imagine. Poor Wardlow. I don't know what to do.
I don't know what you do. I don't know what you do after that. I don't know what you do after that with Wardlow. All I do know is that we are probably in agreement that Wardlow isn't ready to be the world champion.
No. His character's not in the spot to win the world title. It just isn't. No. Sorry. Great promo a couple weeks ago, but nah. Maybe Cole's healthy. Maybe he's healthy already. Maybe accidentally cost Wardlow the belt. Maybe. I don't know.
Maybe Swerve cost Wardlow the belt to get revenge on Joe, and it leads to another three-way.
Oh dear God, no 3-ways. No 3-ways.
Another three-way to deny us Joe and Swerve until Double or Nothing.
God, who wants to see Joe and Swerve again? After that point, we've seen it 2 other times. Sort of. No.
We have Big Man Dogs. He said this had crazy late 2010s WWE vibes. 4 people walking out in ring gear and then having an impromptu match. But I'm not hating. I like this stuff. Yeah, it's because there's certain stuff that WWE has done that AEW has strived away from. That when they do it, it's actually refreshing.
Yeah, I guess. I'm not big on motherfuckers in the ring gear. I'm sorry. I'm just not. I remember when The Rock used to wrestle in his dress pants when he had an impromptu match. It's like, that's what I want. Yeah.
I feel you.
Yeah.
That's fair. I feel like Swerve could wrestle in his street gear anyway. Like,
yeah.
He feels like that type of character. Joe, on the other hand, he does have to win.
You know, a lot of ripping and tearing.
Not doing that, sir. The whole point of me wearing the suit is to look nice. Once I start fighting, I'm not going to look nice. We got here another super chat donation from the GOAT himself, Will Chisholm. Thank you so much, Will Chisholm.
But don't push me. That's Tupac.
A lot more Stokely on our TVs lately, which we like. Will Chisholm says, they said, fuck those ROH tag titles. LOL. Why are they on my TV? Help them.
That's what I'm saying. I don't mind them burying them, but you are burying them. So fucking get rid of them. What are we doing? Let's move on. Please.
Oh man. Yeah, you could do that too. Mike Nation saying Wardlow lose due to MJF, then MJF Wardlow on the 27th. I think MJF's returning at Dynasty, and they're doing MJF Wardlow at Double or Nothing, 2 years in the making. And they actually give them a match.
As much as I want to think that you're wrong about this because your obsession with these, I'm never sure what they're called. It's not a story. Easter egg things 2 years apart. Tony Khan does seem to have an obsession with this horseshit. So it could be possible.
I think we're getting MJF Wardlow at Double or Nothing and then MJF Cole in a grudge match at All In.
We could have Austin win the belt at Mania 14. But if he wins it at King of the Ring, it's 2 years since the Austin 316 speech. And no, nigga, no. Sometimes the layup is the layup. What are we thinking about?
No, nigga.
Jesus, no, please. I wouldn't mind MJF Wardlow. I don't know what planet MJF. What am I using logic? On what planet does he go after fucking Wardlow first out of this group of people? How are Cole and Joe not on the top of his list? Come on.
I mean, he should stay clear of Joe for a while here. So, I mean, it's panned out.
In kayfabe, he's afraid of Wardlow.
That's true. But he took everything away from him. So he took also the fear.
I can see some horseshit like that. Ugh.
3D chess, yo.
Ugh.
Got another super chat donation from Will Chisholm. Thank you so much, Will. He says, Ricky starts somewhere saying, that's supposed to be me. Looking at Swerve. But I'm cool with Cody, and I got caught backstage at the Rumble with Cody, LOL. I mean, also, yeah. I mean,
They go on Twitter. I don't see how this is going to work. This is absolutely ridiculous, Sid.
What kind of dead-headed way to run a business is this? Either release him or push him. It's Ricky Starks. What are we doing?
No, I agree. They should push him.
I saw somewhere. Was it Tony Khan? I forget who it was. Someone saying Ricky's still in our plans and yada yada yada. We like Ricky.
Yeah, because there was a rumor started that Ricky's contract was expiring or it had expired.
That's called hope. No, he's mine. Mine. Oh, poor Ricky.
He's all mine. No, not poor Ricky. He's rich Ricky because he's all mine. Renee Paquette is backstage with Hook ahead of his FTW championship bout with Brian Cage. And unfortunately, we don't hear from Hook at all. Chris Jericho immediately interrupts and he talks about how his first match in ECW here in the States was against Hook's father. And he dropped him on his head. Jericho always felt like he had a connection with Taz after that. And after Hook, after he met Hook and saw him in AEW, he didn't believe in the hype. But then Hook dropped him on his head this past Sunday at Revolution, and he felt a connection with him as well. Jericho said maybe Hook is the real deal. And Hook gave him a fist bump and walked off. So now Jericho is trying to recruit Hook into his daddy daycare. Like he has the most failed and flawed record of anyone when it comes to the daddy daycare. Like at least with Christian's daddy daycare record is through no fault of his own. Like he let Jungle Boy Jack Perry graduate with flying honors at Revolution. They had a great matchup. He went into the world title scene and he showed that he wasn't ready for that. And then he showed he wasn't ready for this. But hey, now he's in New Japan and he joins House of Torture. Please, dear God, what are they doing? But Jericho has failed with Sammy on 2 occasions. And has held back Daniel Garcia. Like, and then don't even get me started on Proud and Powerful. So, like, this record of daddy daycare for Jericho and younger stars in this company is about as piss poor gets. And you're going to say the guy that has been gaining momentum after a lackluster 2023 since the start of the year, Hook has been on the up. They had the Joe program on the up, had this little program with Brian Cage leading to this fun matchup we're about to talk about on the up, but then you just put a big black cloud on his rise. It was like, uh-oh, there's a ceiling. He can't go up anymore. What's the ceiling called? Chris Jericho.
I find it interesting that even in kayfabe, nobody ever comes to Chris Jericho. There's never Chris Jericho in the ring and somebody interrupts him and say, "Oh, no feud." It's always Jericho going to somebody or Jericho butting his nose where it doesn't belong. First of all, let's just use what he said here. This makes no fucking sense. Taz dropped him on his fucking head. So they were connected, and then Hook dropped him on his head. So now he knew Hook was a real deal because he dropped you on your head. Doesn't make any fucking sense. What? Okay, sure. Now, Jericho and Hook together. Do I feel bad for Hook? I do. Yes, I do. I understand you're paying Jericho a lot of money for a lot of years, so you feel like you have to use him in some way. Maybe the right idea hasn't come to you yet. How about you send Jericho away for a while, and then you could stew on it for a little bit, and then maybe something to pop up. Jericho and I don't know, Matt Menard or somebody. I don't know, but not Hook, not Sammy. I will take this. Listen, if it gets Sammy off my screen, I heard he was suspended.
Yes, he was suspended for the Jeff Hardy match where he nearly broke Jeff Hardy's face on a shooting star press with his knee, and then proceeded, while the referee was checking on him, to pick him up and hit his finisher when that's against company concussion protocol.
I love that. Okay, I mean, listen, I won't stick up for Sammy. Sammy's track record is heinous. Sammy's from the Sasha Banks situation to the TNA situation, which I knew at the beginning and the end. Did I tell you that? Come here and say, you can't let these cops get away with shit like that. Then Andrade wants to fuck him up. Eddie Kingston wants to fuck him up. Listen, man, at a certain point, why are we holding on to him? Because we called him a pillar at one point? Is that why? No. He's never worked. He's never going to work. And I don't think Jericho will fuck up Hook that badly. But it ain't going to go well. Or maybe just be a holding pattern. Maybe Hook will just have something to do for a little while.
Yeah. It's a program. I guess that maybe they team up at Dynasty and then face each other at Double or Nothing. Like a two pay-per-view cycle run type of thing.
They're definitely going to be in a tournament.
Oh shit! I didn't even think about that. Oh shit! You don't know the horror that went through my mind about Jericho Hook.
Yeah, sorry. They won't win it though, because that's reserved for the FTR on the Bucks.
Yeah, basically, that's what Tony Khan said. He's like, well, Guevara is suspended again. Jericho had to sink his teeth into another up-and-coming star.
What the fuck? Sorry. Pull a Jungle Boy and send that motherfucker someplace.
And like when I first saw them on screen with each other, I was like, oh, I don't know. I think I can like it. But then after seeing like the post match and seeing where this is going and knowing the history of Hook, anytime he's aligned with any other babyface, it's like, yeah, this doesn't seem like it's gonna pan out well.
It never does. Sorry, Charlie.
Will Chisholm with another super chat donation. Thank you so much.
Jesus.
Will, you are the man. We appreciate you, brother. You know we do.
Because he wants me to work with pricks constantly. That's what it is.
Nevertheless,
That's my favorite one. Just watching him. He opened his eyes, thought the monster was gone. Oh, no, not a dream. This is real.
Will says it's crazy how Chris Jericho's storyline and his storylines are jumping into other people's storylines.
And it's starting to affect the crowd reaction to him. It's getting heinous. I'm here for it. Awesome.
Dude, I will tell you, I said this to you when we did the Revolution review. When that graphic went up for that scramble, I haven't seen that many people walking up a staircase before a matchup since Roman Reigns versus Samoa Joe at Backlash 2018. Like that's how we're walking up that stairwell. It was not good. Not a big vote of approval for the scramble in Chris Jericho. And yes, Jericho is he's in his Codyverse era.
Yeah. Is this worse than the Codyverse?
This is.
I mean, Jericho's not as good as Cody was then, obviously.
At least freaking Cody was a good person.
Jesus. All right.
I'm just saying.
We like Swerve though. All right. Hey, it's not about being a good person. It's can you fucking deliver when you're on screen? Let's be honest.
Hey, I think Uncle Ruckus is a good person too. We look back at the actions of Hangman Adam Page attacking referees at Revolution, and then we go backstage to a smiling Matthew and Nicholas Jackson, who have two huge announcements coming up. But those two huge announcements, we're actually going to make those announcements later tonight, live in the ring. I love the fact they used the Tony Khan cadence for this shit.
You get it? It's like Tony Khan. You get it? You get it? Hey, you get it? You get it? It's funny because if you've been watching, it's like Tony Khan. What a waste of TV time. Holy shit.
No, an announcement to announce that they got an announcement.
Made yourself no money, no more viewers, no more nothing. Good job. Brilliant. I'm glad we got rid of Punk for this horse shit. More of this, please. More people having fun about inside jokes. Fucking dopes. Absolutely.
How is it dopes? That's their character. They're the EVPs. They're
the characters did not. This is nothing to develop the characters. There's nothing to waste TV time.
Yes, it is to develop their character.
It's the same character they've had for a month now. It's over. We get it.
So what? No,
we get it.
It's more stuff. It's involving the character.
It's not evolving anything.
Yes, it is. It's something else.
It's not evolving.
Yes, it is.
It is not.
Yes, it is. It's an announcement for an
it's
announcement.
Funny because Tony Khan sucks at these, so now they suck at these too. You get it?
No, they don't. That was good. They actually did it right. They did the cadence.
You get it? Because Tony Khan sucks. They make fun of him.
Jimmy just hates the Young Bucks. Something new.
That's not true. I like Nick Jackson.
Up next, we got Hook defending the FTW Championship against Brian Cage. This matchup has been being built for quietly on the low for the last month. And these two guys, we have a former FTW champion versus the current FTW champion. And I got to hand it to Brian Cage. I thought this was one of his better matches in the last couple of weeks because he actually made a lot of Hook's offense look believable against them. And, Hook used a bunch of the plunder. He uses a fire extinguisher. He uses some kendo sticks. They use steel chairs at certain points in this one. They get a barricade. They put it into the ring where Hook delivers an exploder suplex into the barricade. We get Brian Cage pulling out thumbtacks, and he goes to put Hook through the put Hook onto the thumbtacks, but it turns back on him, and he goes ass first into the thumbtacks after a senton bomb. Hook then applies the red rum, but Brian Cage is able to back him into the thumbtacks, but Hook keeps on the red rum. He has it on for nearly a minute before Brian Cage finally passes out to Hook for Hook to defend and retain the FTW championship. I thought this was a fun bout here. After the matchup, Gates of Agony come out to attack Hook, joining up with Cage, but it's Chris Jericho who comes out and makes the save for Hook, standing tall with the FTW champion here. What did you think about this matchup?
Jericho coming out to silence is fucking jarring to me. This is him fucking begging for a response. This is the second week in a row I've seen him do that. Sir, listen, after this tournament, which you're going to be in, it's okay. You guys get over it. Just let it go. Just take a break. I swear you'll be all right. I know your wife's an awful person, but you got to go home at some point, sir. Just go home. Deal with this for a couple months.
He's like, all she wants to talk about is Trump getting back into office. All she wants to talk about, Tony. Just give me something to work with.
I already wrote a fucking check. Listen. This was what it was. Match was good. Only spot I didn't like was the the barricade spot. Because it was shot terribly. I'm not entirely sure it was Hook's fault. It just didn't look like he was there. And then fucking Cage ran to the barricade like a fucking idiot. Like a fucking
character. Yes. How that was shot. How that was shot was different. It was
yes. Yeah, this is fine. This is what it is. This was painless, we'll say.
Yes. Painless fun. I thought it was a fun match. And now we know where Hook is going to next, which we always ask for when these little TV programs end, is what they're going to do next. And they gave us the answer before the matchup. So, I mean, not the best answer, but it is an answer.
Where's that?
What the fuck? You gotta take the good with the bad, and you gotta mention the good and the bad. But Next up, we go backstage to Renee Paquette, who talks to Orange Cassidy about losing the AEW International Championship. He says that he's a little down, he's still a little banged up, but he plans on getting more championship gold for his backpack. And this leads to Chuck and Trent being asked about the upcoming AEW World Tag Team Tournament, which Chuck says that he is still not medically cleared to compete, but he suggests that Trent and ROC team up in the upcoming tournament, and they're going to actually try to gain some momentum this coming Friday on Rampage, as it'll be Orange Cassidy and Trent Beretta versus Kip Sabian and The Butcher.
What the fuck? What happened to the Blaze? He hurt?
Think so.
Jesus fucking Christ. There's a lot of people in the show I will release. I say it every week. Chuck, Trent, fucking Matt Jackson, Kip Sabian. Who else is there? I'm not releasing the Butcher. Sorry. Under no circumstances. I don't care if he loses 100 matches. He's not getting released. Just clean this shit up. Aren't there some indie guys we can go grab? To at least see if there's anybody interesting somewhere. What the fuck? There's nobody that Will Ospreay likes. I love Will as an individual, but much like Triple H and Cody and a whole lot of people, I don't need to hear their own creative ideas. When given creative freedom, dummy decides to put on a 20-minute. We'll get to it. We'll get to the match. We'll get to it. My friend. What the fuck? He stinks, sir. Sorry.
He does not stink, but that's a
Flips!
matter of opinion.
Flips!
Next up, we got the former TNT champion Killswitch, along with the rest of the patriarchy, going up against Daddy Magic Matt Menard. Some follow-up from the matchup between Daniel Garcia and Christian Cage.
Another motherfucker. Matt Menard's got to go.
This did not last too long at all for people like Jimmy, who didn't want it to last long. Menard attacked at the bell, biting and punching at Killswitch, but Killswitch size and strength took the advantage. We get the Extinction Lariat 3 times to the back of the head of Menard to pick up the victory in this one. After the match, Killswitch attacks Menard some more, leading to Daniel Garcia coming out to make the save. Nick Wayne comes in to give it a 2-on-1 advantage for the patriarchy, delivering the Wayne's World to leave Daniel Garcia laying. The patriarchy then leaves as Garcia is laying in the ring, but from out of nowhere, it's the Rated R superstar Adam Copeland with a steel chair to the back of Killswitch. He throws him off the stage. He then chokes out Nick Wayne. He then looks at Christian Cage. It looks like he's going to go after him. Mother Wayne attempts to low blow him. He stops her and then runs after Christian Cage. We get the whole full runaround, which was great. Great stuff from Christian running by catering, throwing tables in front of Copeland to slow him down. He finally makes it outside, throws a man from his own car, steals the car, drives off. We think that's the end of the whole segment, but then Copeland gives us a fucking fire. He gives us a promo. He says that Christian can keep running, but he says March 20th, he says that this needs to end where it started in Toronto. They finished this. Christian Copeland 3 for the TNT Championship in an I Quit match. Excalibur on commentary when they go back to him, saying that Tony Khan has made that official.
What? Matchmaker Edge, absolutely. Go ahead.
Absolutely. He said it, and Tony Khan was like, Excalibur, that's official. Immediately as soon as he said it, that's official. In his headset. What did you think about this whole segment here? Killswitch, Daddy Magic, and then the post-match with Copeland's return.
I gotta be honest, at this point, when Christian jumps in the car and throws that cocksucker out and starts driving, this was my favorite segment of the night. This is the most I enjoyed anything, especially the long shit of Christian running around like he's being chased by the Terminators, throwing shit behind him. Like, this is fucking fantastic.
the table, the way he threw the table in front of him, and it was effective. That popped me so much.
This was so good. I loved everything about this. Can I get nerdy and complain about TV formatting if you don't mind? Every show that you like, We'll start with power. Sure, we both like. It never ends on something boring ever because that's not how you get people to watch. You end on something exciting. I don't know, like Christian throwing a man out of a vehicle and then taking the fuck off. That's where you go to commercial, not on Kyle O'Reilly or whatever sad ass brother you fucking talking about. Are you fucking serious? You cut after the fucking carjacking. What? I'm sorry, it's amazing.
Yeah, they should have went to commercial. I agree.
Yeah, cut the carjacking. You return with the Edge challenge, and then we go to the rest of the shit. I hate that they get the basics wrong, but it's not Christian's fault, not Edge's fault. That was fucking great. They were fantastic. I don't hate them.
We got one Mike Nation say, I love EVP Bucks. Can't believe I just typed that. We also got a super chat donation from Alexander Fitzgerald. Thank you so much, Alexander, for your support with another super chat. We appreciate it.
Fucking Mark!
Alexander says, hot take. Brian Cage is underrated.
I don't know if that's a hot take, but
I don't think it's a hot take. I think he's really talented, and if he was on any other roster outside of like WWE and AEW right now, he would be a top star.
Agreed. Is he slightly underrated? Yeah, probably, but it's not egregious. At least compared to what it was a couple years ago or a year and a half ago.
Yeah. Very true. But like when he came out for the entrance, I thought about that. I was like, man, remember a year ago when we were talking about Brian Cage leaving the company? And all he had to do was just take a lower spot. And they've now used him every fucking literally a lot more than they did the previous year and a half before that.
It's kind of sad.
Yeah.
All you gotta do is take your beating. Sorry. That's how it works, good buddy. I don't know what to tell you.
It's all about the give and take. It's all about the give and take.
Just to take.
Bro asks, so if it was up to Jimmy, there would be no undercard guys.
No, I just told you, Brian Cage, the Butcher. Listen, it would be like a steady rotation. We bring guys in, they work the undercard. If that's all I see from them, we ship them out, bring more undercard guys. I'm not entirely sure what we're holding on to people for. Why are we fucking paying Trent or Chuck all this fucking money?
Sometimes undercard guys can't have a breakout.
Right. And when they don't, you get rid of them. Yes. We're in agreement.
I hate you so much sometimes. Nikki Boy says, love the whole post-match. One Mike Nation saying, watching that chase felt like an episode of Cops.
Fucking amazing.
It was great.
It was fucking amazing.
So great. This is where the show really. I said it was the next segment that the show turned around. No, this is where the show turned around for me. Where I was like, okay, this is the first great segment of the night. That post match. We got bro. He says Adam Copeland staring directly into the camera and cutting a promo is my seat paralysis demon. I mean, no one does it like Adam Copeland. The look down the lens promo.
Yeah, he's his face has developed oddly. Like he used to be considered a pretty good looking guy, and now he's a frightening man.
Very frightening.
Shit.
Next we have Jimmy's favorite person to do laundry with, Kyle O'Reilly. Renee Paquette is backstage to interview him, welcoming him back to AEW. She asks what it's been like being away for nearly 2 years, and O'Reilly says that he hated to admit this, but he thought he never returned to wrestling again. But the ovation last Sunday felt great. O'Reilly said he has nothing but love for his friends in the Undisputed Kingdom, but having a second chance at this, he really feels that he needs to do this on his own and take his own path. So here we are, but man, we need to get him a better stylist.
Holy shit, he looks like a fucking redneck at the highest order.
Like I understand now in retrospect that his bags under his eyes was to get across he was emotional, and it was probably emotional for good reason. Like he said, he really did not think he was going to return to wrestling, so to be back in the ring, hear the ovation of the crowd, that's why he looked like that. But that's no reason for your attire at Revolution or here.
This is actually a good promo.
Yeah,
again,
I liked it.
Yeah, it was placed terribly, but it's a good promo, and definitely got lost in the show. Sorry.
Yeah,
Colorado's another lower card guy I would keep, sir.
And it's all, I think there's potential in O'Reilly strong program for the international title.
Roger Strong, another undercard guy I would keep. The problem is you don't consider those guys not you, but these bums don't consider them undercard guys. They are. He's holding the European Championship, and this guy's going to fight for it. Undercard. That's how that works.
Roger Strong, TV champion. He has the TV title. He's the ROH TV champion again, except it's on a bigger stage. We got another super chat donation here from, of course, Will Chisholm. Thank you so much, Will. As always, we appreciate you, man. Don't listen.
Let's fucking go.
Absolutely. Will says, I got to ask you, SP3, how is Forbidden Door going to look with the CMLL stuff, and what dream match can AEW and NJPW can really do? There's no one that offers dream matches right now from New Japan Pro Wrestling outside of a Zack Sabre Jr. or a Shingo Takagi or a Tetsuya Naito. Naito is an interesting person because they haven't really used him in a major singles match at Forbidden Door. So that is one match that they just have to pair him with the right person from AEW to kind of make that one of the big matches that they're going to promote the show around. Zack Sabre Jr., they still got to do work with establishing him as one of their top stars again, and a world championship run probably is the way to do that. Same thing with Shingo Takagi. I think he should win the New Japan Cup to really establish him as a main eventer again. Is Shingo and ZSJ, it's going to be the next couple of months that we see if they're top stars again, where they are able to have dream matches that they can build Forbidden Door around. The CMLL stuff, I think they're screwed overall because that probably was the big hook for this year's Forbidden Door. And now they got to scramble to figure out something.
When's Forbidden Door?
In June.
It's been announced yet? Like, has it been announced it's going to be Forbidden Door?
No, it hasn't.
Don't. This is a simple fix. I'm not entirely sure why we're holding ourselves up here. Why are we? No, don't. Just don't do it. It's not worth it. It's a loss. Just do a pay-per-view. Put a big name on top. MJF versus fucking Cole or fucking Joe or whoever. And move on with life. This isn't a complicated situation. It's only complicated if you're a nerd and a loser.
Okay, call up TNA. Why not?
Dear God. Absolutely. That'll solve our problems. Okay, MJF versus Moose. What? Josh Alexander, whoever the fuck. What?
Hey, don't disrespect Josh. Great people.
Al, did we interview him on the channel?
Yes, we did.
Of course we did.
Will Chisholm with another super chat donation.
I'm hurt and I'm old and I'm fucking tired and I work with fucking children.
Look at Tony. I've never noticed his face. He looks like a war veteran.
Will says, I'm more mad that Kyle didn't come back jacked like AJ or Randy Orton. I didn't expect him to come back jacked.
Listen, I don't want to get myself in trouble with anybody. Don't do the time. That's all I'll say.
I forgot this. This is the Roger. This is the title Roger Shaw got. That Matt Taven ass title.
What's going on, bro, over here, sir? Don't do a guaranteed $1 million gate. Are you fucking serious? Because of Forbidden Door 1 and 2? You think fucking AEW and the CMLL is gonna do the same numbers? Are you outside of your fucking skull? Jesus fucking Christ! This A plus B equals C ass thinking makes me sick. Oh my fucking God.
King Potato, I've seen people make this argument saying let Naito drop the title to Mox at Windy City Riot because I'm going to be there. I think that's one of the stupidest ideas that anyone has given in regards to solving New Japan's problem. Yes, solving New Japan's problem is putting their main title on a guy from another company that is not going to be on every single show. Yeah, that's a brilliant idea to improve New Japan Pro Wrestling that needs to build up the people that they currently have signed to the goddamn roster.
He simply likes Moxley. He wants to be there. That's all. Leave him alone.
No.
I like you, sir. You agree with my
no.
match structure.
I do agree. I do agree with his reasoning. His reasoning is because I'm going to be there. It's not because it's a good idea. So I respect you for that. My rant was mainly for the people that think Naito losing to Moxley is a good idea. That was mainly what my rant was for. And shout outs to Joel Pearl, who's in the chat. It says House of Torture versus House of Black. Let's fucking go.
Sure. Let's have Jungle Boy in there.
See, Joel's just trolling us now. He's like, yeah, give it to New Japan Cup winner Chase Owens instead. Just trolling us now. Just trolling us. We get a great Sting video package documenting his excellent final match from Revolution. And then it is time for the Young Bucks to come out to the ring. Tony Schiavone gives them the introduction. They get the grando entrance. And Tony Schiavone says that was a great entrance that they just made after getting their ass whooped at Revolution. So they kick Tony Schiavone to the curve. And Matthew demands he leaves. And he screams that they've moved past Revolution. And then Nicholas Jackson starts screaming how Sting cheated. He had all his friends from the senior citizen home. He had his sons out there. Nicholas says, regardless of the match result, they retired Sting forever. And now they want their AEW World Tag Team titles back. So they are entering themselves into the tournament. Matthews says that they have two things on the agenda as they have two big announcements that involve their good friends. No favoritism, though, as Hangman Adam Page, he put his hands on an official at the pay-per-view and crossed the line. So, unfortunately, he's suspended indefinitely from the Elite without pay. We get some boos from the fans. Also, Kenny Omega, who disappeared off the face of the earth or something. He hasn't been making any of his appearances for no good reason. Commentary notes that Kenny Omega is fighting a disease currently. Matthew fires Omega from the Elite. He then apologizes to Omega and Hangman if they had to find out on live TV. Oh, actually, he knows they had to find out on live TV because they just mentioned it for the first time. But hit them up in the group text. They'll be waiting. This brings out Eddie Kingston to interrupt before the Young Bucks' next announcement. And he says that Nicholas told him, the hothead one, told him that if he doesn't watch his language last week, he'd be fine. Kingston pulls out a wad of cash and throws it at Nicholas. And he says, you might as well do it now, bitch. Matthew tries to calm everyone down, and he says to not air their grievances on national TV. As Nicholas is about to put his hands on Kingston, Kingston punches him first. He then punches Matthew. He goes after Nicholas, which leads to Matthew delivering a low blow. They go for the EVP trigger, but then the coin drops, and Kazuchika Okada debuts in All Elite Wrestling to a huge pop from these fans in Atlanta, Georgia. This man is rocking a sweet suit. No more Uncle Okada, who showed up at the cookout late in the sweatpants like he did the first time. He's in a suit, looking all decked out. Everybody's excited to hear him. The fans are going wild. It seems that he's here to save Eddie Kingston and be on his side. But the suit was the red herring. As he grabs Kingston's wrist, drops him with the Rainmaker. Nicholas then gets on the mic, and he says that their second announcement was that the newest member of the Elite is none other than the Rainmaker, Kazuchika Okada, who signaled to a down Kingston that he's coming for the AEW Continental Crown Championship. The Bucks and Okada pose in the ring. They shake hands. They then get to the top of the stage. They do the Rainmaker pose with the double bicep, which looked great. I love this so much. You have the Elite. You have the Young Bucks replacing. You have them firing first Kenny Omega and replacing him with his greatest in-ring rival, Kazuchika Okada. Okada as a top heel in AEW just makes a world of sense. Over the last year, Okada's best roles are when he's been most compelling as a character in New Japan Pro Wrestling. has been when he was a heel, when he was being a dickhead, when he was being an asshole, and now he joins up with the biggest assholes in AEW currently, the AEW EVPs. He immediately sets up programs with Eddie Kingston for the Continental Crown, targets a new championship. Hopefully, him being the next championship will raise the value in the stock of that title in the long run. And most of all, this sets up the big 5th match with Kenny Omega with their association with the Young Bucks here. I really enjoyed this.
How do I say this nicely? You want to do good or bad first? Which one makes you less of a dickhead? I'm going chronological order. It makes the most sense. I got quite a bit of heat. Heat's not the right word. I got quite a bit of shit from SP3 and company when I was not a fan of the Young Bucks. And to be fair to me, I didn't see much to differentiate the two of them. Then they turned heel in AEW for the first time, and I realized Nick Jackson is fucking fantastic. Nick is charismatic. Nick is believable. That's a dickhead at least. And Nick is clearly the more athletic of the two. And I did not agree with you all that Matt was better on the microphone. I thought Nick was significantly more natural of a talker than Matt is. I no longer believe that's the case. They both suck talking. Sorry. Sorry. Nick, you're so great everywhere else. But good Lord, that promo was horrendous. Luckily, I agree with everything you said about Okada. Okada comes, first of all, which one of you idiots thought he was coming out to save Eddie Kingston? He's quite literally in a suit. Last time I saw him, he was in fucking sweatpants.
Yeah, that's like Uncle Okada, and then he showed up in a fucking suit. I was like, oh my God, wait, are they about to do this? Like, first I was excited to see him, and then I was like, wait, are they about to do this? Then he did the whole look with Eddie, and I was like, oh, he's about to turn this thing. Oh, shit.
And he just looks like such a scumbag when he smiles, and it's just like the blonde hair. It's like, oh, everything about this guy feels gross. It's perfection. This is a great idea. Without Omega here, it makes them feel irrelevant. I'm sorry. Okada's great. He feels like a star. He feels like a star. Sorry. He feels like the missing piece of the group. Okay. And it works for me. Big time.
I mean, I could agree with that the Young Bucks are always better when they have the main event star that they can be next to as well. I think it helps a lot. Like their best runs where they got really popular in their Ring of Honor New Japan days when they got paired up with AJ Styles. They took that to a next level when they paired up with Kenny Omega in the Elite. So it just keeps happening, whether it be Hangman Page, whether it be now Okada. They just keep pairing themselves up with these main event stars that prop them up.
Thank you, Big Man Dogs. I'm glad you said it. I didn't want to say it. I was thinking the same thing as he was talking. Like, you know what you're describing, right? But you say it. I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it. Absolutely. When they're next to a star, they feel bigger. Yeah, no shit. That's how that works.
But they felt like big stars coming out of Revolution. I felt like this.
What?
Yes, they did. They definitely did. That was one of their best matches of their career. Best performance. We got a super chat donation here from Will Chisholm. Thank you so much, Will. As always, we appreciate.
Listen up, you prick.
He says, so is Julia dropping that title to Mercedes before she goes to Rossi's company and be Fed bound? No, Julia most likely is going to lose that title to Stephanie Vaquer. They are versing on a Stardom show, and Stephanie Vaquer has been used quite often by New Japan for their New Japan Strong. So it looks like she's going to be the next NJPW Strong Women's Champion. And then we got another super chat donation here. This time we got Alexander Fitzgerald. Thank you so much, Alexander, for another super chat donation. Appreciate the support, sir. We will give you one of these.
That's fucking bullshit.
Don't do that. What's that fake punk smile?
Alexander says, when the Bucks fired Omega, all I could think about was the movie Friday. How the hell you gonna get fired on your day off?
Jesus, being the dickhead I am, I totally forgot to add in. I was too busy shitting on the performance. All the material is fucking great. Like, I love all of that. I love firing Omega. I love not knowing why he's not here.
That was great. That was the best part for me. It's like they said he hasn't been making his appearances for no good reason. No, I'm sorry. I like the delivery. I like that.
Oh my god!
It's because it's so disingenuous. It works for me. That's why it works for me. You don't like the Young Bucks. We get it.
I love CM Punk, but when he came back talking all that horse shit about fucking I'm home and blah, 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 I called it what it is. This stinks. Sorry. It's called objectivity.
No. You're not objective when it comes to the Young Bucks. I refuse. You have not shown any type. There's no evidence of that.
Yes, I did. I hated both of them. Nick showed that he was amazing. I like Nick. That's objectivity.
No, it's not. No, it's
now they both start talking. They stink. They don't stink. Sorry. Gotta keep it a buck.
So
That's what the people sign up for.
So biased. We got another super chat donation from Will Chisholm once again. Thank you so much, Will. As always, we appreciate the support.
I'm hurt and I'm old and I'm fucking tired and I work with fucking children.
He says, I do love how the Bucks and The Rock have the same gimmick, but the Bucks are silly with it and The Rock will roast you and snap you in half.
Well, we don't want to be non-objective here. It's not really fair to compare The Rock to the Young Bucks. Let's speak. First of all, The Rock's bigger than both of them put together, right? That's number one. So the Bucks can be threatening the break people don't have. And The Rock is one of the greatest promos ever. You can't really compare the two. I wish they would take this gimmick more seriously. The Bucks, that is. What do you want from me?
No,
people like SP3 and Cup.
I like it.
People like SP3 and Company like the goofiness of it.
Yep.
Big Man Dogs, I'm with you. I like the material. The delivery's it's hokey.
Nope. It's spot on. Spot on. I enjoy it.
Just wink, wink, nod, nod. They're watching fucking, what's the show they used to have?
Being the Elite.
Yeah, I guess, get it. It's for all those idiots who want to.
I enjoyed that too.
Thank you, Gino.
We got Trey Jones.
Welcome, sir. Don't be afraid. He's not going to kick you out.
We got Roxy who says, fire flames here. Talking about this segment that we're talking about here. We also got a new one, Dare Rich, who says, hello, SP3 and Jimmy. Dare Rich is how to say my name, not Dare Rick. I hope this Saturday at Collision, both Jon Moxley and Claudio Castagnoli back up Eddie Kingston, since the Elite will be there. That would make no sense at all. Claudio Castagnoli backing up Eddie Kingston. No matter what rivalry you think that they have from last year with the Elite and BCC, Claudio Castagnoli has shown no type of respect or help towards Eddie Kingston throughout their time in wrestling.
Who's Eddie's backup going to be?
I don't know.
Oh, FTR. I'm bugging.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Right there.
Yeah, they literally just teamed up together, and we didn't even think about that. Yeah, I want Moxley and Claudio. If they're gonna beat FTR, they better focus on the tag team division now. No more. Yeah,
sure. Oh my god, I don't have so much.
King Potato says, I can't believe it took Okada leaving Japan to become a salary man. You hate to see it, folks. Now this man's debut was fucking incredible and perfect. I wouldn't have changed a thing. We also got here in the chat, we got Big Man Dogs. He says, I'm just happy that Tony didn't put him with the best friends. He got that Vince power over me where I'm terrified of his booking and satisfied when he doesn't fuck me over. Yeah.
Abusive ass relationship, sir. Get out of that. Do like I did. I left for 10 years. Get out of there.
We got Big King Potato. He says, biggest asshole faction in wrestling. Like that quick, Elite feels like it's like the top heel faction in AEW.
I mean, what's the other options?
I mean, there's not many options right now, unless the Bang Bang Scissor Gang after their promo later is our heel faction. I mean, they're heel to us. We got another super chat donation here from Will Chisholm. Thank you so much, Will.
Listen up, you prick.
Jesus.
He says they found a blonde to replace Cody as EVP. LOL. Yeah, Cody's another one that was paired up with the Young Bucks.
So Styles, Cody, and Omega.
Styles, Cody, Omega, Okada, Hangman, former world champions.
As long as the Bucks near them, they feel it. Okay. Sure, we'll go with that. It's like coinky dink.
What a coincidence. I love it. I love it. I love it so much. It's great. It's great. I'm loving this. This was my favorite, probably my favorite segment of the night. Spoiler alert. But up next, I'm just bothering Jimmy with how much I enjoyed this segment, and I love it. I love it so much. Next up, Rio goes one-on-one with Chris Statlander. This matchup started kind of just fine in the first opening kind of set of this before we went to commercial break. But I felt after the commercial break, it really stepped up in quality and turned up a notch. You had Riho fighting from underneath. She gets a big double foot stomp to the back, a low drop kick. She then hits an impressive bridge off the Northern Light suplex for a 2 count. Going up to the top rope, she rose through on a double stomp attempt, and then Statlander nails her and levels her inside out with the lariat. Riho pops up and hits a Hurricane Rana, a Tiger Fin kick, before Statlander rode through a top rope crossbody, but Riho responded with a Dragon Suplex for a 2 count. Statlander countered a charging knee into a powerbomb and stacked her over for a near fall. Hathaway then tried to slide in a chain into Statlander. Statlander picked up the chain, but eventually throws it away. We get Riho tries Casadero, but Statlander counters into a wheelbarrow German suplex. She does a second one. She goes for a third, but Rio's able to roll her up into a flash pin for the 1-2-3. And Taz notes on commentary that Statlander should have used the chain and she could have won the matchup, giving you the story of this matchup, which I thought was a really good matchup after the commercial break here. So good work from these two. What did you think?
Yes, I did find the commentary odd. Well, mostly Excalibur somehow trying to blame Stokely for the loss. It's so weird. I mean, I get he's a heel. It's like there's so much that happened after that. What? Good match. I really like Statlander. I like Riho in this role of being tossed around, quite frankly. I love the Stokely pairing. I don't know where this goes. Maybe a Stat heel turn. Feels like we're heading in that direction, rather.
Yeah.
I'm pleased. I'm very pleased with all of this. I must say, I give complete credit to whoever's the Paul Heyman behind this. It's clearly not Tony Khan. Whoever's the Paul Heyman behind this little run that they have with Stat and Willow and Stoke. I'm very pleased.
He's like, I'm not willing to give the credit to Tony Khan, even though he has the final say.
No, absolutely not. I give Vince no credit for the bloodline. I'm sorry. That's
fair. That's fair. I know I'm not saying anything against it. We got King Potato who says this match was a banger to the shock of absolutely no one. No, I think it was a shock because their first match was not good back in 2019 or 2020. What? Statlander is much better.
Who the fuck remembers this nonsense?
I do. That's what they count on me for, to have a good memory, sir. I am sorry. I remember things.
So do I. What Austin did in fucking October of '96 and what fucking The Rock did.
But you can't tell me what happened 2 years ago.
No, not even a little bit. I couldn't even try.
We got a super chat donation from Will Chisholm once again. Thank you so much, Will. We appreciate you.
You don't know shit.
Will says this was all ass. BS no ass.
Indeed.
What? Am I not getting that? I don't know. I'm not sure. Moving on. We go backstage. Renee Paquette is backstage with AEW Women's World Champion Timeless Toni Storm, who has Mariah May still dressed up as old her, and she fools Renee like she fooled everybody at Revolution. She asks Renee if she knows what season it is, and Renee says almost spring, and she says that you prove that you're just as stupid as you look. It's a war season, and this Saturday on Collision, she'll be presenting the first ever Tony Awards with an I, so they don't get sued. Storm presents Mariah May with her very first AEW shirt, which is a play off of her first AEW shirt. And Storm lets May know she'll get a percentage of all sales, hitting the go home line of chin up, tits out. And then May finishes it off with saying, "Watch for the shoe." And Tony says, too soon, honey. But I like you. I like you. She now likes her only because she looks like her. If you weren't getting, that's the point of that whole segment, was to show that Tony now likes Mariah. What, she dresses like old Tony.
I'm usually 2 months ahead on these things, and I get called an asshole, and then it turns out I was right, and then you all don't apologize, but it's okay. We've reached the peak of Toni Storm. We're now on the other side. We're on the other side of it. Now we should get off this before it becomes bad. It's still fine. It's fine. She's Toni Storm. She's charismatic. She's funny. It'll be fine. But we've reached the Jimmy turning on Jay portion of the bloodline. Where it's like, oh, we should get off now because it's not gonna get better unless you have the Rock.
I will say, Toni Storm's run has been how I described Bray Wyatt before he passed away. It's great until the bell rings. Because he has not, we still don't have the very good to great Toni Storm, timeless Toni Storm title match. We still have not seen that.
I mean, listen, I'll take character over a good match any day.
No, but you said with this company, you do also need that. This is you at least consistent to hold on to the title as long as they probably would want her to hold on to it. She also needs to deliver in the ring.
I just don't agree. I don't care. I'm sorry.
I know you don't care. I'm saying what this company's fan base is.
They don't give a fuck about women. Would you stop it? Knock it off. Not you. You all are great.
Safet says Toni Storm promo was great. We got Bro who says I actually agree with Jimmy on his Tony take. So there
welcome
you go.
To the right side. Took you long enough. It took you a fucking hour and a half.
Annika says I wouldn't do Mercedes versus Tony just yet. It doesn't feel big enough for her.
Tony's not gonna get any bigger. Sorry. So you either do it now or you don't do it.
I do agree with you there that it feels like the Mercedes and Tony match needs to happen at Double or Nothing. Whereas a few months ago, I was like, oh, you can save it for All In. Now I'm at after the Revolution matchup where she had her best build going into a title match, and then it's like after the show, it's like this is probably the worst or second worst match on this show. It's like, yeah, I can't argue with your point of we're now on the other side of the Toni Storm peak. Yeah, I kind of can see that because, like I said, that was the best build to an AEW Women's World Championship match I think ever they've done on pay-per-view, and for Toni especially. And then the match was just like, it was fine.
Yeah,
that's it. That's the best we can say about it. It was fine.
Her character is not going to lead to any storytelling in the ring. It just can't.
Yeah,
it's too abstract. I don't think they'll abandon it though. It's a hard thing to like the bloodline. It's a hard thing to jump off of.
Yeah,
it's not going to happen.
But I would love to see if she can give us a different variation of it, which will play into the long-term story of her and Mariah May. Oh, because I think the long-term story is Mariah May, the heel, versus babyface Toni Storm. Because what I saw being live at Revolution is mainly there was two reasons why the crowd wasn't into that matchup at Revolution the way I thought they could have been. No, three reasons. One, the placement on the card. I don't think it should have been that late in the show. I think it should have been earlier, like first 3 to 4 matches in the show. Two, it came off of FTR losing in North Carolina. That's going to hurt the crowd going into the next match. And 3, this crowd don't want to boo Toni Storm. And they weren't invested in Deonna Purrazzo. So it literally was like, they didn't know how to react a lot of the time. Like they weren't able to figure it out until like the last 2-3 minutes of the matchup.
That's very fair. That's very fair. I think about it. Maybe you should have switched the fucking roles in this match. I think about it, because fucking
probably, yeah. That probably would have been. Yeah, you could have made Deonna the heel and Tony the babyface. Yeah,
right. She is a fucking heel. She shows up. She wants her best friend's belt. Best friend is going through mental health issues. She's not fucking giving a fuck. She's bringing up tattoos, stressing the fuck out, telling these bums to go away. Jesus, what an asshole.
Yeah, they're probably the only adjustment to the build. Probably you should have done some type of double turn at some point.
Yeah, I don't see it. I wish the way to go from Ryan May and her, though. I find it curious.
Yeah. We got another super chat donation from the GOAT, Will Chisholm. Thank you so much, Will, as always.
Let's fucking go.
He's doing it. Why?
He says, I'm just asking, have Toni has had a match better than Rhea versus Charlotte match-wise? Ever?
No, I've seen.
No.
I mean, that's kind of unfair.
Yeah, that's unfair. You're literally pinpointing one of the 5 best women's matches in WWE history.
Yeah, I don't, and yeah, I just don't see it. And to be fair, I don't think anybody's arguing that Toni's better than either of those two. At least,
exactly.
As a talent.
No, she's just. You would argue she's more over than Charlotte right now, but you won't say that has a better resume, a better catalog than Charlotte Flair. No. Renee Paquette is backstage with Willow Nightingale and Stokely Hathaway, who they talk about Chris Statlander's loss to Riho, and Stokely says that Statlander wanted to do things her way out there tonight, but is still one of the best in AEW and Hathaway's favorite. He just wishes she'd accept the help from those who love her the most. Paquette informs them that Nightingale will be taking on Riho at Big Business next Wednesday. Nightingale tells Hathaway that they'll be doing things her way next week, and she knows that she can beat Riho and has her sights set on Julia Hart and the TBS title coming off their tag team win against Sky and Julia at Revolution. She just has to get through Riho first, and she wants to be the face of TBS. Any thoughts on this promo here? I thought this was a pretty good babyface promo from Nightingale. Nice little follow-up to the matchup with Statlander and Riho.
This to me was the opposite of the Young Bucks promo, where I love the material and hated the delivery. I loved her delivery. I'm not entirely sure how I feel about material. Like, it's what? Like, I want to be the face of TBS. It doesn't feel very babyface-ish. I don't know how I feel about that. That aside, I love Willow. I'm glad she getting this push. I hope she wins the TBS title. Though I would imagine she's going to be costed by Statlander, and that's going to be our heel turn. And I'm mad at it either way. It's a win for me either way. She's getting a push she deserves.
Maybe we can get the Statlander heel turn before she becomes #1 contender, and we can facilitate Toni Storm's babyface turn with Statlander becoming heel.
Oh, this is efficient booking. This is not happening.
Julia Hart and Sky Blue are backstage responding to Willow Nightingale, saying the worst feeling in the world isn't loneliness, it's being forgotten. Willow Nightingale seemed to forgot who Hart is, the queen of the Black Throne. Hart said that on Rampage, she's entering an open house challenge to remind anyone who the TBS champion truly is.
That main event at the bottom, motherfucker. This was fine. Not Julia's best. It was fine. It was good. Good enough.
Fine little response to Willow. I like that we got follow-up. We got follow-up from 2 women's segments. You got the follow-up from the match, then a follow-up from the promo that followed the match.
Well, it's Women's History Month.
Women's History Month, and Mercedes Moné is coming next week. But speaking of next week, big business. The big matchup announced at Revolution would be Darby Allin going one-on-one with Switchblade Jay White, and they're talking to Darby Allin ahead of big business and coming off of his defense of the AEW World Tag Team titles with Sting against the Young Bucks at Revolution. Tony Schiavone welcomes us to the ring. He has the AEW World Tag Team title as well as Sting's bat with him. Allin said that it won't be easy, as 5 years ago, about 40 minutes from here, he said, first he's asked about what things will be like in AEW without Sting. He said that it won't be easy, as 5 years ago, about 40 minutes from the arena, he was homeless. And cut to Sunday, he's main eventing with Sting in his retirement match, giving Sting the farewell he truly deserved. Allin says that he's beat up, he's tired, but after his match with Switchblade Jay White, he's going off to climb Mount Everest. Allin said that he's speaking from the heart. There's no guarantee he comes back alive from Mount Everest, and thanks the crowd for giving him his dream. Allin said that if next week is his last ever matchup, he'll go out fighting for his life. And as for the AEW World Tag Team Championships, people ask him why he won't defend with a new partner, but he says, what is he kidding? He can't replace Sting. He says so to the team that win these titles. He says best of luck to them and lays the title on the ground. But then the music,
let's go!
Bullet Club Gold hits, and Switchblade Jay White comes out, and we get the real Switchblade Jay White standing up. He says he didn't know if he'd get the chance to talk to him again, so he congratulated him face to face on a great night at Revolution. Allin sacrificed himself to make sure Sting retired as a champion, and he deserves a lot of credit for that. White said that it was kind of stupid of Allin to climb up that long ladder, jump down through the glass, and the Young Bucks, they smartly moved out the way as you went through the glass, and you left Sting all by himself to fight the Young Bucks. But luckily for you, old Stinger, he prevailed once again and went out with the farewell that he deserved. He just heard about it. He didn't watch it, as he doesn't care, as Sting is gone. What is Darby Allin without Sting? He's a lost puppy without someone to feed him treats or hold his leash. White said that they don't need to have this match next week, as no one would think less of Allin for bailing after everything he's been through spiritually, physically, emotionally. White said that he's capable of doing much worse to Allin, and he invites him. Why don't you come backstage and hang out with the Bang Bang Scissor Gang? And he says that they already got a nickname for him, Darby Scissorhands, since he looks like he loves playing with scissors. Allin cuts off White, and he says that he won titles all around the world. Main event at the Tokyo Dome. Ran things in New Japan Pro Wrestling, only to come to AEW and what? Play with cardboard cutouts? Allin doesn't believe the hype and says that if White is as good as he thinks he is, he'll come alone next week to their matchup. White went to charge, but Allin actually whispers in his ear. He then goes to charge again, and Allin puts up Sting's back to his throat, and he says that he'll see White at Big Business. I thought this was a great promo exchange that built up their matchup superbly for next week. Reestablished Switchblade Jay White as one of the biggest assholes in professional wrestling, who wasn't joining up in the Sting parade for Darby Allin, and just shat all over his parade and tells him that he's going to take him out next week. And I thought Darby Allin did very well here with his promo work. And I like the fact that he has the Sting bat, has something from Sting coming off of the retirement match.
This is my favorite segment of the night. Spoiler alert. This was the best segment of the night. This was fucking splendid all around. First of all, I'm not going to just breeze by Darby might die, climb Mount Everest. That's a bit much. It's true, certainly. It's
Yeah,
I think it's a 3-week journey, 19 days, something like that. It's a long fucking time, and obviously rather treacherous. So good luck to him. I wouldn't do it. Good luck to you. I thought he was great. He came across rather likable. I like him giving up the belt. I like him placing in the ring. But that's sorry. As great as Darby was, he's secondary in all this. Obviously, this is about Jay White, who finally felt like a star again after God knows how long. Stuck with these bums. He was so good. He was so good here. He felt slimy. He felt gross. He felt like we just forgot he was in a babyface faction for half a second. I'm entirely sure what we're doing.
Came out the babyface tunnel and they touched his heel ass promo.
Ugh, it was gross. He's so hateable. I love Jay White. If you force me to build not a company, but you force me to build a show around somebody, Jay White's the easiest person to build around. He's just gross. I can't put any better way than that. He's
Such a
so
top
good.
heel. There's top heels, and then there's Jay White. He has top
Yes.
heel written all over him.
He
doesn't need to do low hanging fruit. He just knows how to get under people's skin.
You see that? That's a good way to put it. It's just it comes naturally to some people. He's in that lineage for me. Flair, Vince, H, Orton. I hate this motherfucker. He's great. I fucking love heel Jay White. And yes, if we can the faster we get rid of this, I mean all of it. We get to the feud. We have Jay White squash all three of them in 5 seconds, and we move on with fucking life. Please.
I would not mind though. After this promo, the only thing they can salvage this if they do want to make this a story is White trying to poison the Acclaimed and Billy trying to be the voice of reason.
Oh my God. We don't need Jay White carrying these bums.
I mean, the Acclaim was much better as heels anyway.
They don't fit I guess they do fit the group. I just Jay and Juice do.
If they just recruit Caster to the Bang Bang gang. Just Caster. Caster needs something if he's gonna drop the
That's why I don't. Because they need us more than we need them. We would be helping out Max Caster. He doesn't help us at all. Get out of here. Jay and Juice. And other bums.
This is gonna be the weekly question to you, Jimmy. I'll ask again. This says Roxy. Jimmy, Osprey or Jay White?
Well, to be fair to me, when I was asked the question the first time, Jay White had a terrible character. But now Jay White's Jay White again. So it's Jay White. Sorry. Welcome back, sir.
The list is fluid. The list is fluid.
Welcome back, sir.
Oh, this is so good. This is so good. This came off so good where I was just like, damn, man. Next week, man, it feels like a pay-per-view with this match. This match makes me excited for next week. Like that, as soon as they announced it, but this promo made me more excited for the match.
What are you whispering in his fucking ear?
Huh?
What are you
that's what I want to know.
Jay looks shook.
Like, what the fuck?
You come soft? You say he's losing his edge? What do you say? Ooh, I'm so excited.
Maybe we find out. And I wouldn't mind if Darby returns from Mount Everest if they follow up from Big Business. With
Jay White wins, right? You gotta imagine.
Yeah. I mean, it makes no sense for Darby to win if he's gonna be if we don't know if he's gonna come back.
I mean, this is Vince McMahon. I mean, Tony Khan. We'll see how it goes.
Stop, Skip. Don't do that, Skip.
He's not as bad as that, but close enough.
Keep Jay White heel always. Indeed. Next was
anybody else on that list, by the way?
What?
On my super heel list. Flair, Vince, Triple H, Randy Orton, Jay
MJF.
White. You mentioned the low-hanging fruit. Jay White doesn't need any of that.
That's true.
Doesn't.
That's true.
I don't know. I'm sticking with those 5 for now.
Yeah, that seems accurate. We get probably not my favorite moment, not my favorite part of the show, but this part I was surprised most about because I thought that this was the first time in months we had effective build and connection between Dynamite and Collision with these two segments next. House of Black first, addressing Mark Briscoe, who attacked them on Collision last week, saying that they'll fight fire with fire. Buddy Matthews said that they will set Briscoe ablaze, while Brody King talks about his wars with the Briscoe brothers, having left scars on their bodies that they'll never forget. And Saturday on Collision, history repeats itself. Malachi Black says that the pain Briscoe feels, they'll make sure it surpasses in the pain they'll inflict upon him. King said to let them know if they need to dig one grave or 3, which got oohs from the live crowd. And Julia Hart caps it by singing Johnny Cash, and it burns, burns, burns like the ring of fire. I love Julia at the end here. And then it's immediately responded by Mark Briscoe, which I literally, Jimmy, am laying on my couch watching this episode. As soon as Mark Briscoe started this promo, I sat the fuck up. Because Mark Briscoe has a different energy to him. Like, this nigga starts saying he doesn't need any partners. He'll face all 3 in a House of Black. I walked my foot into the ring of fire. I've been to Tennessee, and I've been to the ring of fire. He said, he said, I'll fight all 3 of you in an Atlanta street fight this Saturday. Jay Lethal then walks in and says that he's got Briscoe's back. As Briscoe says to not bring Jeff Jarrett, Lethal actually came up with a good response. He said, what better person for a street fight than Jeff Jarrett? You need an old down, dirty, no good bastard to help you against the House of Black. And Briscoe doesn't have to trust Jeff Jarrett. He just has to trust him. And they fist bump and they agree. And it's made official later. Jarrett, Lethal, and Briscoe versus the House of Black Atlanta street fight this Friday. Like I said, I was like, this is a matchup that if you just announced it, I'm probably not interested in. But these 2 segments actually made me a little bit interested in.
The babyface had to win this, right? I mean, Mark Briscoe washed the whole House of Black by himself. So 2 other people, you would imagine.
Well, he only did that after weeks of getting washed 3-on-1. Like it took him trying to use pyrotechnics to finally get the better of House of Black. It was like a full month of him getting his ass kicked by House of Black. It was like he was due this past week.
I heard that Malachi Black might have a option for 2 years, or the company has an option or something, like 3 years and with a 2-year option. Let him go. Why are you trying to hold people who don't want to be here? That's so weird. I'm not against it if they're making you money, but you don't want to use them properly. So let them go.
The company doesn't need anybody that doesn't want to be here right now.
Right. Unless it's fucking MJF or Swerve or somebody. Yeah. You got to use them. But everybody else, if they don't want to be here.
Like Malachi Black, Miro, Buddy Matthews, anyone like that, let them go back to WWE. Like, what's the okay, Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes' current babyface character was never gonna work in AEW. We have firmly established that. Anyone that watched that knows for a fact that this babyface character never would have been as popular in AEW. So it is fine that he went and he's a bigger success and a bigger party. But no one else seems to be thriving, leaving AEW and going back to WWE. So it's really no sweat. It shouldn't be any sweat off of AEW's back.
Yeah, as much problem as you have at the top, I won't say problem, as much of a clog you have at the top, WWE has a bigger clog at the top. Miro and fucking Malachi Black and I could go there and fucking take Seth's spot or Cody's spot or fucking anybody's. LA Knights, AJ Styles, stop it. It's not going to happen.
No,
just relax.
not at all.
Let them go. What the fuck are they going to do? They go there and fucking be happier, maybe? Who cares?
So what? Make them be happy. Go ahead, be happy.
Be happy. In the same spot you were here, except happier. Fine.
Look at Andrade. Andrade, he done made the whole big deal about leaving, and he went back. What was his debut match? 3 minutes. Congratulations.
Yes, as it should be. Why you having 15-minute match? I'm not going to stop. We're almost there. We've almost made it to the main event, where our big star takes on a bum for 20 minutes. Go ahead. We're almost there. So I can let loose on this fucking horse shit. Don't let wrestlers book matches with their friends.
Next up was the main event of the show.
Main event, Orton Austin Theory. Let's go.
Osprey going one-on-one with Kyle Fletcher of the Don Callis family. This matchup, of course, was set up by Don Callis, seeing that Don Callis feels anyone in the family will give more competition to Will Ospreay, coming off the heels of the fantastic match of the year candidate against Konosuke Takeshita. Callis said that he's a professional wrestler and has agrees, talking about Will Ospreay. Fast opening sequence led to Ospreay, Hurricane Rana, and a hard chop. Fletcher reversed a corner whip and attacked Ospreay's bad back very early on, causing him to crumble as things went to commercial break. Ospreay mounted a comeback during the break and leveled Fletcher with a slingshot dive. Fletcher dodges the Os Cutter into a half and half before being leveled in the corner enziguri and a brainbuster by Ospreay. Both men showed sportsmanship by shaking hands, but neither let go, which led to a nice little chop exchange between the both men. Fletcher faked the chop and caught Ospreay with a big thrust kick right to the jaw. Ospreay answered with a roaring elbow and a hook kick. They just had fast-paced action throughout this one. This one was balls to the wall right from the opening bell, but it told a great story about Fletcher really trying to prove himself to his mentor, to the guy that helped him out during his time in the UK, coming into the UK, getting his start over there, and really getting his first break in professional wrestling. But Ospreay continuously just bombarded this man with big offense, whether it be the Os Cutter, but every single time it looked like he was going for big moves, Fletcher was ready, whether it be the Swarm Breaker he reversed out of, whether it be multiple attempts at the Os Cutter, whether it be he reversed the Poison Rana and a leap of faith suplex, a leap of faith off the top rope. Ospreay hits a wild looking Poison Rana, dropping Fletcher right on his head, which I was like, that was dangerous as fuck. Fletcher cuts off Ospreay on the top rope, tries for an avalanche dragon suplex, but Ospreay's able to land on his feet. Fletcher charges him and plants him with a big Liger bomb for a 2 count. Fletcher spins out of a Stormbreaker. He hits a big sit-out last ride power bomb for a 2 count. Fletcher hits a corner leg kick, tries for a top rope brain buster, but Ospreay's able to slip out, hit the cheeky Nando's. He hits a big old hidden blade, but somehow Fletcher is able to kick out. We get Kawada kicks to the head. Fletcher rises to his feet, he eats another hook kick. Ospreay hits him with a big old Spanish fly, Os Cutter for a kick out. Fletcher finally gets to his knees, axes Ospreay to finally finishes him, and he hits him with the hidden blade right to the top of the dome. 1, 2, 3. Will Ospreay defeats Kyle Fletcher in an awesome matchup. Hot crowd. The crowd enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. Jimmy Macram did not, but Don Callis comes into the ring. We get Ospreay helping Fletcher up after the matchup. And then all of a sudden, the music of the American Dragon, Bryan Danielson, hits. Ospreay does the slow take, getting up, and we get this fantastic visual to end the show. Yes, Will Ospreay standing across from Bryan Danielson with the Dynasty, AEW Dynasty, April 21st, signal and graphic in the background. And it seems that they have set up a dream match for the next AEW pay-per-view. But you have problems with this match here.
I have no problems with this match. This was 2 random bums having a match on Dynamite for 20 minutes. It'd be fucking great. Fine. Great banger. Instead, it's Ospreay, superstar, versus Ring of Honor television champion. So, tertiary champion of a tertiary brand against Will Ospreay. 20 minutes. Sure. Great. Brilliant. I can't think of anything better. Absolutely. It's a great idea. Kicking out all these fucking moves. Absolutely. Great match. Banger. 5 stars. What the fuck are we even doing? The fuck is the point of all this? Ospreay is a star who can't beat this bum in less than 20 minutes. Are you fucking serious? Yeah, first of all, wait. I love, did you just put Kyle Fletcher in caps? You really just compared Steve Austin to Austin Theory? Are you fucking serious? So when did Kyle Fletcher become the second fucking coming? So when did he become Shawn Michaels? Are you outside of your fucking skull? I love this. Enough of this. Whatever. I'm over it. I'm never gonna argue with this. This is so stupid. This is dumb. Like this stuff made me actually upset. All the other details, like what? All the other details, like fucking what, sir? He's a Ring of Honor TV champion. Lost every big match he's ever had on Dynamite. All of them. The fuck are we talking about? I'm not supposed to. I die on this hill. There's no hill to die on. This isn't a hill. I'm standing on the street. The fuck are we really talking? I'm not saying the second coming, but really Austin Theory? Nigga! The fuck are you still have yet to defend Kyle Fletcher? Shitting on Austin Theory is not going to defend Kyle Fletcher. I'm sorry. That's not how that's going to work. The gap between Orton and Theory is the same gap between Osprey and Fletcher. Star power-wise. It's the same gap. And it might be less. At least Austin Theory for John Cena. It beat John Cena. Terrible decision and all. Who the fuck is Kyle Fletcher to have 20 minutes with Will Ospreay? They're both in the Don Callis family. What the fuck does that have to do with taking 20 fucking minutes? What the fuck is Jay Wagon doing 20 fucking minutes with fucking Austin Gunn? Are you fucking serious? What the fuck are you on about?
The words and opinions of Jimmy Macram do not necessarily reflect those of True Heel Heat, its viewers, or affiliates.
Okay.
Bring the temperature down. You guys overreact.
He's not done.
Triple H and Road Dogg, absolutely. 20-minute classic. Are you fucking serious? One of us is a star. The other one is the guy next to a star. Are you fucking serious? I do like the new look, though, by the way. I like the new bleach blonde hair. I like it.
Yeah. I think it is a tribute to Matt Curt, and I think also Will Ospreay made a tribute to Matt Curt when he did the dab after the slingshot dive, which was nice. Power driver finisher saying, "I just got here, but I'm with Jimmy." ? What?
You listen. Oh shit! They got rid of Kevin Kelly.
Oh, they did. I mean, I'm not surprised.
What happened? What do you know?
He has shown started expressing political views online, and this was, I think he was in support of like some MAGA based movie that's coming out or something like that.
Gotcha.
And then also it's he basically started leaking information because I think someone asked him, like, there was a whole fallout from him promoting the movie. And then people started coming back at him, and he was like, "Well, I'm only someone complimented him for like giving history of matches from his time in New Japan." And he was like, "Oh, it's a skill that you would see more in AEW, but Ian libeled me and libeled me, and that's why I've been pushed aside and put on the bench."
Oh shit!
That was this weekend.
That's true. I'm sorry about it. But if you're a MAGA guy, you probably keep it to yourself. What am I gonna say?
I don't think he's trash on commentary. I just think he didn't work in AEW. It worked in New Japan, but it didn't work in AEW for some reason.
In a vacuum, the match was a fun spot fest. I listen. You remember when Dragon first came to AEW? And he was winning all these fucking matches with these random fucking moves. So when he would have matches with Omega or Hangman, it felt like he could win at any point. Because everything he hit was that finish. This motherfucker kicked out of the Hidden Blade how many times? What the fuck are we doing?
Once.
What the fuck are we doing?
I thought he should have won with the Oscutter.
What are we doing? It's the exact opposite of what we just talked about. What are we doing?
I feel the only nitpicks that I have is that I think he shouldn't have kicked out of the Hidden Blade, and I think that Osprey honestly should have won with a secondary move. He shouldn't have even won with the Hidden Blade. because the Hidden Blade is like his secondary finisher. He still hasn't used the Stormbreaker since signing with AEW. So he's established that the Hidden Blade is now going to be a finisher here in AEW, but then you negated that by having Fletcher kick out of that first one.
Yeah. Listen, I'm being rough on Kyle Fletcher. I don't have any ill will towards Kyle Fletcher. He seems like a talented young man. But the spot he's currently in, that's all, does not warrant only 20 minutes with the big star you just brought into the company.
I thought it was a great match. I don't think that it does any damage to Will Ospreay as a star. That's just me.
Does it any damage to Will Ospreay as a star? Does it help? I said, I was questioning what you just said, and I can't find any fault with that. My question would be, does it help?
Him having a great match, yeah, in the eyes of a lot of fans, having a great match on his first episode of Dynamite that put over the guy he was in the ring with and gave him one of his best matches, and everybody's been raving about the match. Yeah, I think it does help.
Everybody who saw that great match already saw him had a great match. Either knows Ospreay is known for great matches, or already saw him do the same thing with Takeshita, a better version of it 4 days ago. Somebody went, "Oh my god, I didn't know Ospreay was good." Nobody, not one.
But this was more to say Fletcher is also good.
Except he lost. He isn't. You've seen Kyle Fletcher do this,
but he kept up with the best in the world.
Oh God. All right.
It puts over him.
He does all these matches and then he fucking loses. We've been here before. This is not the first time you heard me rant about Kyle Fletcher not winning any fucking match. We've been here before.
King Potato say, I agree with Jimmy. He should have never kicked out of the Hidden Blade. That move should be protected, just like the One Wing Angel, in my opinion. No, his One Wing, his One Wing Angel is the Stormbreaker. But I feel like, I feel like this matchup sets the precedent for him to use the Hidden Blade like the V trigger, which he shouldn't, because the V trigger should only be used at minimum 3 times a matchup for Kenny, and he overuses it. I don't want that. I don't want that to happen with the Hidden Blade. I feel both moves should be like knockout finishes.
The V trigger is fucking. V trigger is the Rock's punch. It's just a thing he does. Except it looks awesome. It just does nothing apparently.
Power Driver Finisher says, "Yeah, I was like, why is he kicking out of the Hidden Blade?"
Oh my God!
Or if you're gonna do it that way, if you're gonna have him kick out of that Hidden Blade, he then has to finish him with the real Hidden Blade. I know they wanted the visual of Kyle being like, "All right, finish me," but the real Hidden Blade is to the back of the head. If he hits him with the Hidden Blade to the front and he kicks out, it's like, oh, he didn't hit him with the real Hidden Blade. And then he finishes him with the back to the head Hidden Blade. Then it's like, okay, you're distinguishing. Yes, that's still the Hidden Blade, but the real Hidden Blade is to the back of the head. But by doing it the way they did, it's like he got hit with 2 Hidden Blades. He only kicked out of 1.
It's like saying Rocky accomplished nothing at the end of the first movie. It's like if they had Rocky lose every fucking time. Yes, by the 3rd time, yes, he's accomplished fucking nothing. He's just a loser that gets beat. The fuck are you on about? I'm trying to get mean now. I don't want to be mean.
You are. Mark says Hidden Blade equals V trigger. Yeah, I've always compared those 2 moves to each other because I did realize that that's what Will was going for when he created the Hidden Blade. He needed his V trigger set up for his One Wing Angel of the Stormbreaker.
It looks so fucking cool.
I agree.
Why would you ever? Yeah. What are you doing?
I agree. And that's why he's transitioned that into his finisher, but you can't have someone kick out of that finisher. That's not a cool near fall. That's the wrong near fall. But let us know what you thought about this episode of AEW Dynamite. We want to thank all of y'all for joining us in the live chat with those super chat donations. You've been giving us a lot of support. And the live views on this, we've reached almost 90 on this view. So hit the thumbs up button, share with your friends, hit the subscribe button if you are new to the True Hill Heat YouTube channel, and join us here every single Thursday, 1:05 p.m. Eastern Time, for the best AEW Dynamite review on Wrestling YouTube. And sound off in the live chat what you gave the show out of 10. Thumbs up, thumbs down, thumbs in the middle. What was your match of the night, your MVP, your LVP for me and Jimmy for the March?
Wait a minute. I'm not going to tell you again. This is the last fucking time I'm going to fucking say it. He's done it already. several fucking times. It's not special the fourth fucking time you do it, sir. Tis the point. I'm turning this off.
The words and opinions of Jimmy Macram do not necessarily reflect those of True Heel Heat, its viewers, or affiliates.
Prove to himself he can go toe-to-toe with the business. Then he lost. Then he wants to prove him. Yes, nigga, I heard you. And he lost again and again. I got it. Eventually, Rocky had to fucking win, otherwise it's fucking worthless. Jesus Christ.
Thumbs in the middle for the March 6, 2024 edition of AEW Dynamite. Thumbs up, thumbs down, thumbs in the middle in 3, 2, 1. Thumbs up across the board. Out of 10. What did you?
First time on AEW. Is that the first time it happened on Dynamite, sir? That's the first time Kyle Fletcher lost a tight match on Dynamite? It absolutely fucking is not. This nigga. Don't even watch the show. Fucking Eric Bischoff ass nigga. Don't argue with me if you don't know.
The words and opinions of Jimmy Macram do not necessarily reflect those of True Heel Heat, its viewers, or affiliates.
Me, what did you give the show out of 10?
8. 8 out of 10.
I'm gonna go with an 8.5 out of 10. I was very close to giving it a 9.
First time with Osprey. Man.
I was very close to going 9 out of 10 for this one, but I feel like the first hour was mainly like a 7 out of 10 show, but the second hour was a 10 out of 10. So that's 17 out of 20. Math wise, it's an 8.5, basically. So that's why I went with an 8.5 out of 10. What was your match of the night?
Jesus, I don't know. It'd probably be the main event.
I agree. Match of the night: Ospreay versus Fletcher. MVP.
Oh shit, Jay White. So happy. Go ahead.
MVP. The Rainmaker, Kazuchika Okada, corporate Okada. This is one of the most brilliant ideas AEW's ever had for someone coming into the company. Okada could have came in and they could have wrote off his name of the past. They immediately gave him a new character that's identifiable that puts him into the current storylines of AEW and initially makes him a title contender and a top heel in the promotion and makes him a part of the top heel faction. This was an A+ as far as introduction for a new sign. LVP for the show.
It might be Hook. Poor bastard.
That's a Jericho.
Yeah, no Hook. Sorry, Charlie. You're up. You're up.
I am going to go with Chris Jericho. Sorry. Yeah, that's it. Big Man Dog says MVP, Kyle Fletcher for working Osprey into going 20 minutes.
Absolutely. Great story. X-Pac going 20 minutes with Triple H.
That did happen. Power
did not happen. Don't lie.
In 99.
They never went 20 there's no 20-minute matches on fucking Raw in 1999 ever. That's number one. And it certainly was an X-Pac.
It was a pay-per-view match, but they did go 20 minutes. MVP, he says Jeff Jarrett being mentioned by Jay Lethal. And Big Man Dog says it, the MVP because Jericho got him is Hook. Jimmy, let the people know where they can follow you on social media and when they will see you again, sir.
I don't want to talk to anybody.
You can follow me on the Twitter machine at True Heel SP3. You can follow the gang, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok at True Heel Heat, patreon.com/True Heel Heat, $3 a month. Get you exclusive content plus the True Heel Heat Prediction Championship. We got the True Heel Heat Sports and Entertainment channel. You can go over and check that out. Check out all the great content we got on the channel right now, like me and Jimmy, along with Nate Milton and Stat King for a Revolution review. Honestly, I said it on Twitter, I will say it here. That was the funniest pay-per-view review I've ever done. I swear, you and Nate together, y'all just both had me laughing because Nate is already funny with his stick, but I still have been telling random people about your Dante Martin line I like half of Dante Martin.
That was fun. It was a fun show. I enjoyed it.
Absolutely. So go on to check that out. Check out the Flagship Podcast as well. Rated Raw review, Elite Heat. I'll be back with you guys. We got our NJPW New Japan Cup 2024 preview that should be dropping later today or tomorrow. So check that out as well. For Jimmy Macram, it is
Fletcher better than Austin Theory. Maybe. So what? Gives a fuck. What's the point?
It is me, your true heel phenom, SP3. This has been AEWramble, episode 136, Elite Reign. We are signing off until next time.